This is high school football on iTalk 106.7, presented by Sholo Ford. High school football is also brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Little Bluebird Studios, Sunrise Park Resort, Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store, Deemer's Glass, Beeler Orthodontics, Summit Regional Medical Center, Octopus Car Wash, and Mountain Mobile Auto Glass. And now, Sholo Ford presents high school football. Also brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Little Bluebird Studios, Sunrise Park Resort, Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store, Beamer's Glass, Beeler Orthodontics, Summit Regional Medical Center, Octopus Car Wash, and Mountain Mobile Auto Glass.
Finds the hole. Running. He could go 40, 35, 30, to the 20, to the 15, 10-5, touchdown.
And now, Sholo Ford presents high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Well, good evening. Welcome to St. John's High School. Camden Smith, Mike Side with Steve Owens as we get set for high school football action here from St. John's, home of the Redskins, host tonight to the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets. The Yellowjackets coming to the contest with a 1-1 record, suffering a huge loss last week to the Alchesay Falcons. The St. John's Redskins unblemished as they come into the contest with two big wins. Tempe Prep, they beat them 54-12, and Rock Point, they got them 61-0. The Jackets did get a big win over Winslow in their season opener, winning 28-0. But lost 14-6 to the Alchesay Falcons, so they're licking their wounds here tonight and trying to get back on track after a tough loss in White River. Steve?
Yeah, you know, Camden, what a gorgeous night for football. Clouds in the distance, sun setting, and we're in Northeast Arizona. This game could go either way. You've got one team coming off a loss that wants revenge on that game. They want to get they want to get another win on the board and get back into the Blue Ridge football way of playing. St. John's coming off with a lot of momentum in their season already with two big wins. So this game could go either way.
Well, it's going to be fun to watch as we go now to our Ace Hardware key players of the game, brought to you by the Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, now with a 24/7 locksmith. Next time you're locked out of your car, just need a key made. You can contact their mobile unit. They'll come to you. They'll drive to your home or your car, whatever you need. That's at the Ace Hardware in Pine Top, Sholo, and Heber Overguard. And we start things off for the Yellowjackets tonight with a sophomore quarterback, P.J. London. He is a 6'1", 195-pounder. He's only completed 33% of his passes this season, going 4 for 12 for 108 yards and 1 interception, no touchdowns on the season. But if they can get some open receivers here tonight, that might be a difference maker, Steve.
Hey, you know, he's a great quarterback. He's young. He's a sophomore. He started all year last year, had a lot of game time, and he's still learning a lot. So, and last week, that was a wet game in the beginning and had some mistakes made, and I think they were a little gun shy to throw it. But he's a great player. We'll see how it plays out tonight.
5 turnovers last week, and I understand 3 of those were in the red zone. So that took away a lot of the momentum of the Jackets last week against the Alchesay Falcons. But make no mistake, the Falcons are the real deal. They've got some good players, and Coach Newcomb's got that offense running well there in White River. So we go now to Chase Esparza. Esparza's a senior, 5'8", 155-pounder, and he has carried the bulk of the load. He leads the team in rushes with 255, averaging over 125 yards per game. And that on just 42 carries, he's got 2 touchdowns on the season. He is one of the premier backs in the East.
And he shows it last week against Alchesay. He had a couple great runs. One, unfortunately, ended in a fumble, but it was a great run. He showed some athleticism. So, again, we'll see how it plays out tonight after they have a week of adjustments.
Well, it's going to be interesting as we move now to our injury report. Brought to you by Summit Regional Medical Center. Everything your athlete needs to get back into the game. Summit Regional Medical Center. And no injuries to report on the Blue Ridge side of things. But for the St. John's Redskins, we do have Elijah Jessup. He's an offensive lineman and defensive tackle, the 6', 210-pounder. We saw him in his civvies here earlier on during the warm-ups and had his shoulder up in a sling. He's got a shoulder injury and will not play here tonight. And so that's one of those key players that the St. John's Redskins are going to be without. There's a couple of other players as well.
Hey, talking to the coach, he basically said that they're pretty spread out with their stats and with their success. So they have one injured starter, but they listed off the linemen that are strong. So I think he's got some good backup plan.
All right, that's your Summit Regional Medical Center injury report, brought to you by Summit Regional Medical Center, with a fully staffed emergency department and advanced diagnostic and everything your athlete needs to get back into the game. That's Summit Regional Medical Center. Northland Pioneer College kickoff is coming up in moments as we await the coin toss. We'll step away, back with more of our pregame show and the Northland Pioneer College kickoff when we return. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Want to buy the #1 selling truck in America for over 41 years? Want to buy a vehicle with a lifetime engine warranty? Want to get the best deal in the state of Arizona on your new Ford car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Anyone can say they'll give you a great deal, but Guy Hatch at Sholo Ford means it. In fact, he guarantees it. Buy the best from the best. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce.
Another 30.
Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center is a proud supporter of high school sports. Many of our local sports players were born at the hospital, where Summit Obstetrics offers comfortable individual rooms for mom and baby. In case of a sports injury, the hospital ER is always staffed and prepared to take on the most serious injuries, and Summit features an advanced diagnostics department with state-of-the-art equipment. The Summit Healthcare orthopedic and therapy teams can help sports players overcome injuries and return to the game. Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center wishes all players a successful and healthy season this year. Need hats, shirts, or jackets embroidered with your logo? Get custom embroidered products from Little Bluebird Studios. That's right, the company that does the best job screen printing t-shirts and hoodies now offers embroidery. Little Bluebird Studios is a local company with skilled designers that care about your company's image and brand. Call Little Bluebird Studios today, 928-351-7942, or online at littlebluebird.org. Little Bluebird Studios, the company that cares. When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Show Low and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
In today's challenging economy, having a college education is a must. Northland Pioneer College is here to help you prepare for your future. NPC is committed to providing you with the highest quality education with the lowest tuition cost in the state. We offer a variety of advanced learning classes to prepare you for a transfer or associate's degree, personal interest education, or earning your GED.
Contact an academic advisor for more information. Go online at npc.edu.
Welcome back to St. John's High School. The Redskins and the Yellowjackets. Skins playing host to the Yellowjackets here tonight. As we mentioned, the Jackets 1-1, the Redskins 2-0, and set for action here as the sun sets here in St. John's. We're about set for the coin toss. We're still waiting on the St. John's players. I'm not sure why they're so late to get out on the field. The pregame festivities should be expired. I'm not sure exactly what to say about that. Sparsely populated crowd here tonight as we take a look at the stands. There's not a lot here, folks. A little bit late coming up here as we see St. John's finally making their way from their locker room and out here onto the track to get set to run out on the field. And we talk a little bit about the St. John's Redskins opponents, Tempe Prep. They're a young team that certainly is not as good as they've been in the past, Steve. And so not surprising, the big win there, 54-12. And, of course, Rock Point's always a team that St. John's has been able to kind of push around a little bit. And so not a surprise there either. So this is really the first test for the Redskins here tonight. Coming up against the Yellowjackets, we'll see how they handle the test.
Yeah, the last couple of weeks, I think they really just had to try to avoid getting injured, and luckily they only had one starter get there. So now we've got the captains taking the field and get ready for some football.
Out there looks like number 9 for St. John's. That's J.J.
Gentlemen,
Womack.
introduce yourselves, please.
And we'll get the rest of them for you here in just a minute as we get the coin toss. Robert Vallejos and
How you guys tonight? Ready
Ulibarri,
for some
also
football?
another captain.
Me too. This is a head, this is a tail. This is a head, this is a tail. See this coin? This coin was given to me by my umpire. My umpire is a proud veteran of the United States Army. You guys ought to be thankful he's out here because he'll take care of us. But sometimes he has PTSD episodes, so don't make him mad. You're going to call it. Call it in the air. Call it where Mr. Sneed can hear you. If I don't catch it, I'll reflip it.
Heads.
Heads. That's what I said was a head. Yes, it's a head. So you get to choose.
Defer.
Okay, Blue Ridge wins the toss. They'll defer. You want the football?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Which way would you like to kick?
That way.
Okay, put your backs here. St. John's, come with me here.
All right, there's your
You're
coin
gonna receive the
toss.
football.
It's the Yellowjackets who win the toss here
Okay,
tonight.
shake hands again. Come out, play hard.
And for the Redskins, they defer to the second half, and it'll be an opportunity for them to be on defense to start here in the first half. As we get set now, it's time for our national anthem. As we'll get our effects operator Dylan Smith over to the band, and we'll get our national anthem here in just a moment. Not sure where the band is. Oh yeah, they're down below. Oh, it doesn't sound like never mind, the band's not going to do it. We'll step away as we honor America. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Audio.
Well, we welcome you back to St. John's High School, where we're set to get the kickoff. This is the Northland Pioneer College kickoff. Next time your student or athlete is taking a look at colleges, be sure to check out Northland Pioneer College. They've got the lowest tuition in the state of Arizona. That's Northland Pioneer College. And this has been the longest pregame I think I've ever been a part of. We are about 3 minutes past the hour of time when the kickoff was supposed to occur, and we still don't have the teams out on the field yet, but we're going to get there.
We'll get there. Weather's nice. Everybody's taking their time.
Yeah, they just want to make – I mean, look at the sky. The sky's gorgeous right now.
Not all the fans are here. I mean, you got to wait for the fans.
You got to wait. That's right. They're getting their El Cupidos or their TLC El Camino.
Just getting here from El Camino.
Yeah, they got to get all of those things done before they get here. So, and I misspoke earlier on. It was the Yellowjackets who deferred to the second half, and it'll be the Yellowjackets who'll be on defense to start things off.
Looks like Arthur Batista.
Batista, yeah. 5'11" junior set to kick it away. Back deep for St. John's. In the middle is Perry. Oh, excuse me. Perry's out to the far side. Crosby's going to return it at the 15, out to the 20, 25, up to the 30-yard line. Still on his feet.
And ball out.
And he will get tackled by Esparza, knocked down near the 37-yard line.
Boy, he lost that ball on that run too, but Redskins jumped on it, got a little bit more yardage on the run.
So the Redskins put their offense on the field, and we'll see what kind of offense they have here. So we see Graham Nielsen out onto the field. And Ramon Sanchez steps under center for the Redskins. Sanchez takes the snap, go with a little bit of a counter, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage, driven down the line, and a loss of 1 on the play, back to the 35-yard line. Vallejos on the tackle, or Vallejos on the carry, and McCullough on the tackle for the Yellowjackets.
Some good defense by the Jackets. They penetrated the line, stopped it early.
They'll send a wide receiver here to the near side of the formation. Single receiver to the left, wings on left and right. They're going to hand it to Crosby, and Crosby goes straight ahead. He gets tripped up and falls forward for a couple. A flag thrown back at the 34-yard line, but Crosby's out to the, looks like they're going to mark his knee down at the 40, 35.
Number 54, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, third down. Second down.
Chuck Copeland on the call there. Come on! A holding call against the Redskins. And so the Redskins misfiring here to start things off.
That was Joseph Lucero with the hold for the Redskins.
So Sanchez now with a second down and about 19 to go. As he steps back to throw, he throws deep and he overthrows everybody. Ulibarri,
not
the
sure
intended
who was
receiver, and it was Tanner Crosby that was with him step for step. Crosby, or excuse me, that was Ortega with him step to step, and he put a hand on his
Pass
shoulder.
interference, 21 Blue Ridge.
And that certainly looked like it was well out of the opportunity. Although I don't know that matters in high school football. I'm not sure that it matters whether it was a catchable ball or not. Ortega
Pass
put in his
interference,
hand.
21 Blue Ridge.
And he's going to be whistled for the personal. So St. John's will get back a bulk of what they lost. They're now at the 41-yard line, 2nd down and 6. With receivers left and right, wings left and right, man in motion back behind the formation. Sanchez on the option, pitches, fumble, picked up. And it'll be Perry who is driven out of bounds after he picks up the loose ball. The sophomore, Dion Perry, took a bad pitch and was able to recover it, fortunately for the Redskins, to preserve the possession as we take a look here on the replay.
Oh, I'll tell you, those fumbles on those pitches, that's just asking for the other team to pick it up and score. So that was real fortunate. He's a fast running back and was able to adjust and recover that.
Got a great bounce and kept his head about him, and he was able to, as you mentioned, cover it up. So a loss on the play, back to the 39-yard line. As the Redskins come out in the same formation, this time though with Sanchez in the gun, single back flanking him to his right. Looking to throw, he goes left side. It's a screen play to Crosby. Crosby out across the 40 to the 45, and he'll be knocked down near the first down marker. McCullough makes the tackle for the Jackets, and it'll be about a yard short, so the Redskins will have to make a decision here.
They are a little bit short, about half a yard short.
You know, you go from that penalty where they were about 20 yards from a first down to 4th and half a yard. They're doing some good things, even with those fumbles. They're making some corrections.
Yeah, so they really get themselves out of a jam. Although now, do you punt it here, Steve? Almost at midfield.
Not Coach Morgan.
I formation behind Sanchez. Receiver to the right. Give to the tailback Crosby. He's got the first down as he pushes the pile out across the midfield mark. They'll mark him down at the 50.
Boy, he was leaning forward on that run and never changed his stance. His weight was going forward, and he was going to get the first down no matter who was there.
Great camera work by our camera crew here tonight. I want to thank our crew, Jimmy Maxwell on the camera down on the field. We got Grace Chapman, Grace Chapman, Janessa Moore, Eric Scarlett, Jaden Kokenauer, Corbin Everingham, and Michael Collins, just to name a few on our crew here tonight. As we get a flag and a penalty.
Start.
And Chuck giving us the last part of that. Some movement across the line, so a false start.
Prior to the snap, number 1, St. John. False start.
Excuse me, it's in the backfield.
Dion Perry with the motion.
And so a first down and 15 back at the St. John's 45-yard line goes the football. Sanchez from the gun. Takes the snap, keeps it off the right side, has a couple across the 45 to the 47. Esparza sticks his shoulder down in there and makes the tackle. Kevin Trujillo also in on the stop. If you just joined us, it's the Redskins and the Yellowjackets were scoreless. Opening paragraph of the first quarter.
Don't you love that crack of the pads?
It brings you back a few years, doesn't it, Steve?
It would probably take me back a lot of years.
And Sanchez will throw here on 2nd and long, and he has Perry, but he's hit after only a gain of 1 or 2. McCullough and Enfield combined on the tackle for the Yellowjackets, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
You know, I can see how quick and how shifty Dion Perry is, like their coach was saying. He's quick, but the Jackets are he's not getting a chance to show what he can do. They're collapsing pretty fast on him.
Yeah, he's got very little time to throw, and the Jackets so far doing a good job of covering receivers downfield. With exception to that interference call, they've been pretty successful defensively. Got a trip set here to the right side. Sanchez is in trouble, and he'll try to get away. He'll get out across the midfield mark as Esparza trips him up. He trips forward into Jacket territory and falls down at the 48.
Now you got 4th and 7 and some work to do. They can't even get it on a jump by the Jackets.
So 4th down, and now they'll punt.
There we go.
So if it's in their territory, they won't. If it's in, well, I guess it has more to do with how close it was. And Coach Morgan's coming out to get information.
Oh, yeah.
And so they're asking for some time to come off the clock, looking for 15 seconds to come off. And now they'll start the play clock. Nielsen to punt, takes a one-hopper, fields it nicely, gets a tail-down spiral that's a line drive towards infield.
Great
Picked
punt.
up by infield at the 15. He fumbles and will be knocked down at the 18-yard line. Infield looked like he was going to get a big return, but he's unable to field it cleanly. And Jacob Skousen down there for the Redskins to make the tackle, and it'll pin the Jackets back inside their 15 at the 13-yard line.
Hey, 87 yards to go. The Jackets are going to have to show what they can do. This is a long field, so with a fumble on that return, and also that was a great punt. Point came down and bounced away. So.
And given the fact that he had to take it off a bad snap, that was really, really good.
The quarterback for the Yellowjackets.
P.J. London comes up under center. Jackets with a shift to start things off. They'll send a wide receiver out to the right side of the formation. 2 men behind London. They hand it to Esparza. He sweeps to the right side, cuts it upfield, and gets to the around the 15-yard line. Tanner Crosby in on the stop for the Redskins.
Number 42, the ball carrier, Carter Dominguez.
So, on 2nd down and 9. London takes the snap, gives to Esparza off the left side this time, and Vallejos is there for the Redskins. So the Jackets, with not a lot of room to run on their opening 2 plays, will face a 3rd down and 6.
He's a strong runner, but they're gang tackling. One person touches him, and there's 4 of their red jerseys on him pretty quick.
See Esparza back there in the huddle. If you are listening to the radio broadcast, you can watch tonight's contest online at italk1067.com. That's ITALK1067.com. On 3rd down and 6, London looking to his right. Pump fakes, rolls, throws right. It's incomplete. He overthrew infield, as infield was well covered that time by Womack, and just goes over his head.
Yeah, it kind of looks like he was trying to throw it out of reach of the Redskins, but the receiver kind of adjusted a different direction.
Well, not a flash to this game so far. There's not a lot of flashy plays, but it's so far a neck-and-neck tie, no score, 7:08 left to play here in the first quarter. This is the Yellowjackets' opening possession, and they go 3 and out. They're going to be forced to punt. London to punt from his 3-yard line. High snap, handles it well, gets off a good punt though, but it goes out of bounds at the 45. So the Redskins will get it back about where they gave it to the Jackets, left it over for the Jackets before punting it away to them. They have it at the Yellowjacket 45. So
You almost wonder if they're lucky it went out of bounds, because if the returners were on the 50, there's a good chance they could have caused some more damage.
7:01 left to play first quarter. St. John's in a tie with the Jackets, no score. Sanchez taking the snap. We get penalty markers.
Looks like Perry wasn't set, motioning over to the other side.
False start, St. John's.
That's a 3rd penalty tonight for St. John's. And those are the type of penalties that Coach Morgan will have some comments to say on film session on Saturday. Not going to be happy with those types of penalties. Those are just focus and mental mistakes that the Redskins know they've got to get rid of before they get into
He's going to make that correction now. He brought number 1 off the field to talk to him.
Yeah. Wide receiver to the right, single receiver to the left. Snap and a handoff, this time to Vallejos, and Vallejos has a yard or two across the midfield stripe. Dominic Hoffmeyer gets his helmet in there and gets a stop for the Yellowjackets. Gain of a couple to the 49.
Well, I'll tell you, so far, after being at the game last week with Blue Ridge down at Alchesay, I can say that the tackling has improved.
Well, that's always a good thing, especially when you are coming off of a loss. You definitely want to make sure that you take care of things defensively. When your offense is struggling, defense has got to do everything they can to give their offense a chance. They hand it to Crosby this time, and Crosby's out across the 45. Gain of 4 to the Yellowjacket 45-yard line. 3rd down and 10. McCullough in on the stop that time for the Yellowjackets. And the stand's starting to fill up here at St. John's High School. Yellowjacket fans seem to have traveled well as we look across the way. They've got quite a few over there on their side. 2 receivers here to the right, 2 to the left. And Sanchez empties the backfield, motioning out his back, and they give it to Perry on a end around here to the right side. He's got some room, slips a tackle out to the 30, to the 20. He's knocked out of bounds by London inside the 20-yard line at the 18.
And he gets to show his moves.
Big hole here for him, and he does a great job. It looks like he got one man to miss there, and then he's off to the races as you see him come down the sideline, and London having to knock him out of bounds. But we get a penalty marker here on the near side. And the Corey Enfield was the defender that he was able to make a move on to get free there.
Marks the ball down a little closer. It's about the 9-yard line. First and goal.
So what was the penalty call?
Yeah, I think it was a sideline. Was it not?
We didn't get a call from Chuck. We didn't hear him. I don't know if he made a call or not. Let's see if our announcers know. Do we know what the call was? But was it a warning or? Oh. Well, it was against the Yellowjackets, and I thought you got a warning, but doesn't look like it.
Not this game.
Ball at the 9, 1st and goal. Vallejos drags a tackler with this. That's Hernandez back in the backfield that is able to hit him. He gets a yard, though, on second effort as Miller was also in on the stop there for the Yellowjackets. So 2nd and goal from the 8. Jackets with their back against the wall right now, and they called it an unsportsmanlike against the Yellowjackets is what the call was. So actually it's going to be timeout on the field. Redskins going to talk it over. We step away. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Want to buy the #1 selling truck in America for over 41 years? Want to buy a vehicle with a lifetime engine warranty? Want to get the best deal in the state of Arizona on your new Ford car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Anyone can say they'll give you a great deal, but Guy Hatch at Sholo Ford means it. In fact, he guarantees it. Buy the best from the best. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce.
Welcome back to St. John's High School. The Redskins and the Yellowjackets. After the timeout, the Redskins facing a 2nd down and goal to go from the 8-yard line of the Yellowjackets. Sanchez is going to step up under the center, single back behind him. Takes a snap, hands it on a counter to Perry coming off the left wing, comes right side, has some room. He gets into the end zone, and Perry, no signal yet. He looked like he broke the play.
Red with a hold.
And this is going to come back nonetheless, regardless of whether he gets in.
Yeah, it
but
looks
they had
like they
it
were
marked
marking
down
him
at the end. Yeah, right
6-inch line.
Right at the goal line. So we'll see if we can see it on the replay here maybe. Not sure if we have a replay. There it is.
64 St. John's, holding. 10-yard penalty, repeat first.
And I didn't see it, but it must have been on this near edge. The flag came from the backfield. I think that was Chuck's own flag. And so a break here for the Yellowjackets. Ball back to the 15-yard line. It should be second down, but the box says first down. They give to Crosby. Crosby out across the 15-yard, call it the 14. Actually, shouldn't it be third down?
That's a third down.
That's a loss of down, right, on the holding call? So but it should, okay, so our statistician, Mike Caldwell, says no, they do not lose the down. But it still should be third now. That should have been second there. It was second and goal, so somewhere.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You don't get a first down for incurring a penalty, at least unless there's a new rule I don't know about. So on third and goal, Sanchez has some time. He scrambles, throws to the left side of the field over to the far side, and it's incomplete. And it was Nielsen, the intended receiver, and Alchesay was all over him that time. Looks like I thought that was Dion Perry maybe that they was trying to target, but so this should be fourth down.
Fourth down.
But the box says third, unless I'm completely crossways with this whole situation. Scoreboard says third down as well.
No one's catching it. They're going to get another down if that's incorrect, so it's okay.
So, and it won't be the first time I was wrong, but deep throw to the corner towards Ulibarri. It's broken up. Enfield goes into the air, got two hands on it, but couldn't pull it down. He does just enough to knock that away. Sanchez throws pretty good ball here.
Yeah, that was on the money. Maybe could have been a little bit back towards the corner, but that's a good throw and good defense.
About 3 more inches taller, and that's a touchdown. So looks like the Redskins, I believe, are getting an extra play here. We'll have to go back and review it for you, but this is fourth down here according to the box and according to the scoreboard. So, and the officials seem to concur. So Redskins on fourth and goal. Throw to the end zone to Ulibarri. Ulibarri makes the grab. It's a touchdown.
And a great throw right in between the defenders. Great placement by the quarterback.
Great grab by Ulibarri. St. John's on the board first with 3 minutes and 35 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. They strike first blood. And a bad snap. They'll pick it up and try to go for two. Sanchez throws, but his receiver wasn't ready for it, and we get a penalty marker that is going to come in. And may have been interference.
And
that
ball was over
foul.
his head, but
calling it a personal foul against the Yellowjackets. So the Jackets have been penalized here a number of times just on this inside the St. John's red zone that's caused some tremendous problems for them. That's their third personal foul. Here's Chuck Copeland on the call.
Got a dead ball foul, number 6, Blue Ridge. We'll retry.
So they get another crack at the point after. The untimed down will be repeated here with 3 minutes and 35 seconds left first quarter. It's 6-0 St. John's. And we'll see if they attempt another field goal or if they attempt the 2-point conversion.
Well, with how long they've been within the inside the 10-yard line, Blue Ridge has given them a lot of opportunity.
With it half the distance to the goal line, they're going to go for it. Sanchez from the gun. He's going to be flushed to the right side. He throws, and it is knocked away.
P.J. London defending that.
And Ortega also there to help it get hit, knocked down to the ground. So it'll be St. John's 6, Blue Ridge nothing. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center is a proud supporter of high school sports. Many of our local sports players were born at the hospital, where Summit Obstetrics offers comfortable individual rooms for mom and baby. In case of a sports injury, the hospital ER is always staffed and prepared to take on the most serious injuries, and Summit features an advanced diagnostics department with state-of-the-art equipment. The Summit Healthcare orthopedic and therapy teams can help sports players overcome injuries and return to the game. Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center wishes all players a successful and healthy season this year.
Corey Enfield will return this kickoff. It's a Northland Pioneer College kickoff when it comes time for your child's college education. Be sure to check with the college with the lowest tuition in the state of Arizona, Northland Pioneer College. And Enfield returns it for the Jackets back to the 29-yard line. So the Jackets only their second possession here tonight. And with 3 minutes and 30 seconds, they'll see if they can get something going. They went 3 and out on their opening possession. They send a receiver wide to the right. Take the snap and hand it straight ahead. A couple of yards on the carry that time. And that's Dominic Hoffmeyer on the carry for the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets.
It's a solid carry, right up the middle. First guy through and gets 3 yards. That's a solid carry.
P.J. London with a 2nd down and 7. Called a 2nd and 8. Give it to Esparza, trying the right side this time. Turns it upfield at the 35. He'll be knocked down after a game of 2. Womack and Crosby combine on the tackle for the Big Red. So a 3rd down and 4 coming up. Ball at the 35-yard line of the Yellowjackets. They trail 6-0 here at St. John's High School. Give it to Esparza. Esparza trying to find stuff up through the middle this time. And the Jackets do a pretty good job of moving the pile. They'll mark him at the 39. It'll be a yard shy. Alcero, one of those in on the tackle for St. John's.
They're going to measure.
Yard to gain, I thought, was the 40, but must be a little closer to the 39 as they're set to bring the chains on. And it'll be short by about an inch. Pretty good shot there from our camera out on the field. That's Jimmy Maxwell running our camera 2 here tonight. Want to thank the rest of our crew as well. Michael Collins, Dylan Smith's on sound effects. Sweet T's our technical director tonight. Chris Bennett on graphics. And back in the studio, it's Ashley Harley, our in-studio producer for our radio broadcast tonight. 4th down and inches. Jackets going to go for it from their 39-yard line. Hand it off to Esparza, hitting the backfield. He'll hand it off to London. London He'll lose another couple of yards as he's hit immediately at the 34.
Wow, and bad gets worse.
Wasn't a bad idea. You'll see right here, there was too much surge up front. Those linebackers coming to fill in, and I missed who the initial contact was made by for St. John's, but Esparza had nowhere to go. It was a loss for him of about 2, and then he handed it off to London. London was tackled about 2 yards deeper than that. So St. John's is going to get the ball back at the 30-yard line. You talk about smash mouth football, there it is, and the Redskins stand up defensively.
And they got the ball back right in their territory. Blue Ridge hasn't been able to cross the 50 yet.
Redskins started their scoring drive from the Blue Ridge 45-yard line and were able to score. And here they're going to start with even better field position at the 35. I didn't see a timeout on the field, but St. John's taking an awful lot of time to get their offense out here. And they just now marked the ball for play.
Wow.
Which I don't quite understand. I got to look up the rules in high school. I'm completely behind the times here. High snap. Sanchez able to handle it, though, and he's going to be dropped at the 40-yard line by Esparza. First one to get him. David Hernandez also there for the Yellowjackets, and they drop him for a loss of 4 back to the 39-yard line. Minute 43 and the clock rolling, approaching the 1-minute mark of this first quarter. The Yellowjackets trailing 6-0. Redskins with the football and a six-point lead. Out of the lineup comes Dion Perry. Receivers split wide right and left. High tandem in the backfield behind Sanchez. Drops to throw. He's hit as he throws, and he goes left side. It is caught for a touchdown. Graham Nilsson, the second touchdown of the night for the Redskins. Well, Sanchez, you'll see him get pressure right there. He lets it go right as he's hit and puts a perfect throw on. Not bad defense, but Graham Nilsson is right there for the catch and the touchdown. 39 yards on the touchdown reception from Sanchez to Nilsson. They come on to try the point after try. The snap's good this time, and the kick is up and through, and it is St. John's up 13-0 over the Yellowjackets. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Need hats, shirts, or jackets embroidered with your logo? Get custom embroidered products from Little Bluebird Studios. That's right, the company that does the best job screen printing t-shirts and hoodies now offers embroidery. Little Bluebird Studios is a local company with skilled designers that care about your company's image and brand. Call Little Bluebird Studios today, 928-351-7942, or online at littlebluebird.org. Little Bluebird Studios, the company that cares.
Well, it's Sanchez who's thrown for 2 touchdown passes here tonight. And I sure wish we had some stats on these Redskins players. It would be a lot more interesting to see what they're doing, but the fact that Sanchez has gone to the air into the end zone twice tonight gives you an indication that's probably what they were doing against some of these other teams where they've got these big blowout scores, Steve.
Got some good chance to practice that passing game.
Northland Pioneer College kickoff by Nielsen is short, going to be fielded by McCullough at the 28. Out to the 30, gets a good move out to the 35. He drags a tackler with him across the 42-yard line and out of bounds at the 43. That's Graham Nilsson who's trying to hang on to him. Afton Cox cleans him up there on the sideline for the Jackets. Best field position of the night for Blue Ridge. With 1:07 left to play in the first quarter, they're down 13-0 and will have the football at their own 43-yard line. They send 2 receivers wide to the right.
Let's go, D.
There's a snap to London, and London steps back to throw, has a man, that's Hoffmeyer, right side, reception good out to midfield. He's into St. John's territory, will be drugged down inside the 40 at the 37-yard line. Jimenez on the stop for the Redskins, but not before the Yellowjackets pick up a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down.
The end of the run, I've got a personal foul, horse collar foul, number 2, add on.
And so that one going against the Redskins, that will add on to the run. As Chuck Copeland mentions, that's a 15-yarder.
That's a big one after that big of a gain.
Absolutely. So the Jackets now, with a new set of downs, have the football inside the 25-yard line of the Redskins. Nose of the football will be at the 22. 2 receivers near side. Lightning in the background here, and London going to throw on first down, and it is incomplete, intended for Alchesay, who was on a quick slant, and Alchesay can't catch it at the 15. It's incomplete.
Now this is where Blue Ridge they've got to capitalize on this type of a situation. A long gain, penalty. They've got to make something happen here to get some momentum.
Absolutely. That last week in the red zone several times and unable to score. Turned the ball over several times. London looking to throw left side. He's got Hoffmeyer at the 19. He's got the catch under good defense. Bajos was the one of those Redskins that collided with Hoffmeyer and knocked him down after a gain of a couple. Call it 3 yards on the reception, 3rd and 7 from the 19. They send Alchesay, Hoffmeyer, and infield wide to the right side of the formation. McCullough here on the near side. Single back in the backfield, I believe, is Esparza. London throws, and a little wide receiver bubble screen, and he's got a reception made to infield. And infield able to scramble for the score.
Great run after that catch. Recognizing the field.
Good blocking downfield as well, as we see a key block right there.
And then he just won't be stopped.
So passing touchdowns for both teams here tonight as the Yellowjackets get on the scoreboard, and we have a Redskins player. A little slow to get up there, but looks like he's okay, and the Jackets come on to try the point after try. Well, we promised it'd be exciting. So far, it's been all it's been billed to be. Bautista a kick, and he pushes it wide to the right. So it'll be 13-6 when we return with 23 seconds left to play first quarter. This is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk 106.7.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Well, just 23 seconds left to play here in this first quarter.
Well, Camden, you said that nothing flashy was happening.
Yeah,
they heard it. They changed their.
Somebody heard me, because it's been all flashy since then. 3 touchdowns in the air, 2 from St. John's and 1 from the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets. It is 13-6 St. John's. Northland Pioneer College kickoff. Going to be fielded by Perry back at the 15, out to the 20, comes to the center of the field to the 30, slips a tackle and gets all the way to the 39-yard line. And Ortega finally there for the Yellowjackets to tackle him. Northland Pioneer College reminds you that when it comes time for your college education, choose the college with the lowest tuition in the state of Arizona, Northland Pioneer College. And the Redskins have excellent field position again.
Boy, one of the smallest guys on the field for the Redskins, if not the smallest guy on the team, actually. And he just made one of the biggest plays. That was a great run back.
There's the snap. Sanchez gives to Perry, coming around the right side. He's going to be hung on to by McCullough, grabs him by the jersey and rips him down. Normally that's not enough to pull a player down, but this time McCullough able to get him at the 40-yard line.
Formation, St. John's.
And an illegal formation is the call against St. John's, so they're going to lose 5 yards here. It's interesting that the box is already marked off the 5 yards for the official.
They were going to go ahead and give it to him.
Legal formation, St. John's. Not enough men on the line. Still first down.
So 5 yards and a 1st and 15 coming up now for the Redskins.
McCullough's got some sticky fingers, man. He had to have a good grip on that jersey.
Yeah.
He might have part of the jersey in his glove still.
That is impressive that he was able to pull him down from behind. Dion Perry was stopped in his tracks. That'll end the first quarter of play. Second quarter's coming up. 13-6, Redskins over the Yellowjackets. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Sholo and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, lit to smile, love your smile.
In today's challenging economy, having a college education is a must. Northland Pioneer College is here to help you prepare for your future. NPC is committed to providing you with the highest quality education with the lowest tuition cost in the state. We offer a variety of advanced learning classes to prepare you for a transfer or associate's degree, personal interest education, or earning your GED.
Contact an academic advisor for more information. Go online at npc.edu.
Welcome back to St. John's High School. Yellowjackets trailing 13-6 to the Redskins. As we head to quarter number 2 here. And the Redskins will have the football at the 34, their own 34. After the penalty of 1st and 15, they set Perry in motion. Sanchez keeps on the option, goes straight ahead, and he gets about 6 yards out across the 40-yard line. And Esparza.
Late hit on St. John's, it's looking like.
Esparza was there to make the tackle and some pushing and shoving.
Little extracurricular.
And you can hear Coach Morgan unhappy with that type of a call, type of a penalty coming from his offense there.
Got a personal foul. Late hit on Blue Ridge, number 57.
Oh.
Got a personal foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct on number 12. The penalties will offset. We'll repeat the down.
So, it's like kissing your sister. They will, nothing will happen there. At the 40-yard line, the gain of, they'll keep the gain, and that'll be a gain of, no? I thought the play stood. Help me get a rule book. Remind me to get a rule book, Steve, before we do our next broadcast.
You betcha. Put it on the to-do list.
We just need to take Chuck out to lunch sometime and have him correct us on everything that we don't know. First down and 15. And the shotgun snap to Sanchez. He's able to get away from the rush and turned about a 10-yard loss into about a 3-yard gain. Esparza there to tackle him.
Hold.
We get a holding call on St. John's, and so that'll be a spot foul. The flag is back at the 25-yard line, or 26-yard line. This could be a huge foul.
Yeah, that's going to cause some damage.
The net on this is going to be
holding number 54 red. Repeat, first down.
That's going to be a brutal penalty here.
Wow.
That'll be 10 yards from the spot.
First and forever.
Well, this drive started at the St. John's 39, and we have yet to run it down.
We are now at the 11-yard line.
It is first down in a zip code at the St. John's 11. I'll tell you, it's been an interesting little series here. 13-6 St. John's, 11:42 left to play in this second quarter as we just have opened the second quarter of action here.
On the 16-yard line, so 32 to go.
Trip set to the left side, wide receiver to the right. And Sanchez lining up in shotgun. Single back there with him. Flanking him to his left. And we got movement again.
A false start, number 33 red.
And so this is going to, I think Coach Morgan's going to lose a gasket here, because that's the 8th penalty tonight for St. John's, and on this drive that started at their 39, they now find themselves, that now it becomes half the distance. So that's the good news, is that all the penalties from here on out are only half the distance. So if you want a glass half full look at things. 13-6 St. John's. And then get a chance to check in with our sideline reporter here after this play. Give it to Perry.
Give it to the quick
Crosby.
kid.
Crosby trying to get around the left side. He can't get there. Infield tackles him at the 13. Let's go downstairs and check in with Ron Everingham. Ron?
Well, Coach Morgan is a little upset with some of the officials and some of the calls in that spot foul. Said cost him 25 yards, which did seem a little odd for a holding penalty.
Well, I think that's the one penalty I think is correct. That is from the spot. So I don't know why he would be upset with that one, other than maybe he didn't agree with where the spot was. But that's certainly a backbreaker. There's no question about that. Two receivers here to the near side. Single receiver out to the right side and a wing out on the right side. They give it on a draw to Vallejos. He's hit immediately at the 10-yard line by McCullough. McCullough right there to knock him down. And don't forget, at the end of the contest, we'll have our Beeler Orthodontics straight line play of the game. Steve Owens will have the announcement of that for us, and also our Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store player of the game, and our Deemer's glass shattering hit of the game. So there's 3 assignments, Steve, you didn't know you had until just this moment, so I hope you're keeping notes.
I'll Google it.
Yeah, you'll Google it. Well, unless you put it up on Google, I don't think you'll find it. From the 9-yard line, third down, and about 33 yards to go.
Definitely a pass coming.
Sanchez stepping back. Has a man. It's Nielsen. It is caught, and he slips a tackle. Still on his feet. At the 30, 25-20, down to the 10-5. Touchdown.
Wow.
91 yards, and a penalty flag is going to be thrown here on the near sideline. But watch this play here. Sanchez puts it up in the air between 2 defenders here. And there's the catch.
Catch right at the 49, 50.
It's a sideline warning on St. John's. Touchdown is good.
And luckily they do get a warning.
That was a fantastic catch and an even better run by Graham Nielsen. He's got his second touchdown reception of the night in the running for our Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store player of the game. That one also in the running for our Beeler Orthodontics straight line play of the game. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile. Beeler orthodontics. So 91 yards on the reception. Tricky on to try the point after try. He punches it through. And with 9 minutes, 16 seconds left to play here in this first half, it's St. John's 20, Blue Ridge 6. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide at iTalk1067.com.
You've been there waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
I'll tell you what, Camden. Right before that, I didn't want to jinx anything. I almost said that the defensive backs cannot let anybody behind them because on all those other pass plays that were completed, the receiver got past the defense. They didn't bail fast enough.
Well, and the one thing that Coach London's going to talk to his players about is wrapping up. Cameron Ortega doesn't wrap up, and that time Nilsson's able to bounce off of him and get the touchdown, and that's definitely something that they're going to have a conversation about here at the here as we head towards the halftime. The Northland Pioneer College kickoff is returned by the Yellowjackets to their 34-yard line. And we haven't had a lot of Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first downs in this one because, quite frankly, we've just been throwing touchdowns. That's all.
Right.
That's all we know how to do around here. 20-6, St. John's, 9:16 left to play in the first half. And Blue Ridge with the football from their own 34 this time. Try to hand it off left side. Looked like London lost the handle on it, had to dive for the football and covers it up at the 35. I think that's what happened. I had
yeah, it looked like Esparza spun around pretty quick, like the ball wasn't where it was supposed to be. So 2nd and 9 for Blue Ridge. You mentioned the player of the game and all those awards at the end, and Graham Nilsson's going for him.
Yeah, Graham Nilsson ready to put his hat in the ring. Penalty markers here.
Prior to snap, encroachment, St. John's.
2 receiving touchdowns tonight for Graham Nilsson, number 11 on St. John's. London in the gun. 2nd down and 4. Takes the shotgun snap, looks towards Hoffmeyer on the left side, then goes deep towards infield, who dives for it inside the 30 and can't come up with it. It's just out of his outstretched hands. Ball just overthrown there, intended for infield. He had a step on his defender, but
and it looked like he stopped running at about 15, 20 yards. He slowed down and then had to turn on the afterburners.
And it just wasn't enough underneath that one for him to run underneath it. But London going to face a big 3rd down and 5 here. Down 2 touchdowns, 20-6. They need a first down. Twin receivers to the left and right. Single back flanking London on his right. That's Esparza. They hand to him, and the Redskins are right there in his hip pocket as he receives the handoff and drop him for a loss of 2 on the play. Case Udall, the first Redskin to get him.
And I saw only 1 Redskin get blocked. The rest of them,
yeah, Jackets not going to be happy. Maybe they thought they were running a screenplay. Got that confused with the. London's going to punt this one away on 4th down. He stands at his 26, but hold the phones. We got another penalty as the laundry from the officials tonight has been on the field fast and frequently.
That looked like another possible sideline.
Nope.
Waving it off.
We're getting an invertent. Why not? Let's get one of those in before the half. And at the 25-yard line, London set to punt. 2 men back for the Redskins. Crosby and Perry standing around their 25. It's a short punt. It takes a neutral bounce at the 35 where it's picked up by infield. And infield will down it there where the St. John's Redskins will have another opportunity, up 20-6. So a 3 and out for Blue Ridge. Not how they wanted to.
Now, when you've got them at, what was that? First and 32, 34, 33?
Yeah, it was first. Well, it was 3rd and 33, right? When the touchdown
3rd and 33 and turns into a touchdown. All that momentum they were gaining from those penalties.
Absolutely.
St. John's is flip-flopped and then 3 and out. So they've got to make some changes quick.
Yeah, they were going to get a short field, and instead they give up a touchdown, and Vallejos is going to carry this time for St. John's. Esparza the first one there for the Jackets as Vallejos gets across the 35 to the 37. Gain of 2 to bring up 2nd down and 8.
Makes you wonder what this game could be like without all the St. John's penalties. How many do they have? 9 penalties so far?
Yeah, it's
2nd and 8. Sanchez at shotgun.
Sanchez dropping to throw here. Throws to the left side to Vallejos, and Vallejos is going to be wrapped up immediately after he makes the catch. Hernandez is right there for the Yellowjackets. To the 37-yard line, call it the 38. So a 3rd and 7. They send Perry here to the near side, and the wide receiver out to the far side of the formation for the Redskins is Ulibarri.
No, Perry came off the field. Now he's back on the field. He came
that's
out of the
not
huddle
gonna
and went
work.
off the field and then back on. So that's going to be some more laundry.
Graham Nielsen also was wide here to the near side, and Perry thought he was getting subbed. And
Prior to snap, illegal substitution, St. John's.
Chuck's going to be hoarse after this one.
He said he'd try not to yell.
He's done a pretty good job.
Yes.
We could use a little more yelling. (20-6) is our score with 5:44 left to play here in the first half.
3rd and 12. Sanchez at shotgun.
3rd down and 13. Sanchez rolling to his right, throws right side. It is towards Perry, but he overthrows him. I'm not sure Perry ever saw that. That was an over-the-shoulder pass to Perry, and I don't think he ever caught up with that in the air.
And I'll say once again, those defensive backs were beat. He was on top. Blue Ridge's defense is not staying on top of the receivers. That's opening a lot of doors for the Redskins right now.
Well, does Morgan roll the dice here on a 4th down and 13 from their 34? No, he's going to punt it away. Nielsen will stand at his 19. Infield back to receive the punt for the Jackets. Bounce at the 39-yard line, an end-over-end punt that takes a St. John's bounce and rolls to the 34-yard line of Blue Ridge. And that's where the Jackets will have the football. With 5:18 remaining in the first half, trailing 20-6 to St. John's.
Coach, we got 5 minutes. Let's hold them.
And we'll see what the Redskins can do defensively here. So far, they have been pretty good at keeping the Yellow Jacket offense from accumulating yardage. Don't forget at the halftime, we'll break down that yardage for you with our statistician. And spotter tonight, Mike Caldwell, our statistician Angie Caldwell, and Mike Caldwell will get a chance to go through the numbers for us to tell the true story. A pass reception made here to Hoffmeyer. He's got the catch just out across the 40 to the 42-yard line. 8 yards on the reception. Second down and a long 2 coming up. Looks like 2 receivers out to the left side. Clock rolling to 4 minutes and 42 seconds now. London takes the shotgun snap, throws it across the middle to McCullough. McCullough makes the first down catch inside St. John's territory at the 48. Good for a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down.
Womack and Lucero combined to lay a good hit on him right away, so he couldn't get any yards afterwards.
Well, we talked about London coming into the contest with only going 4 for 12 in his first 2 games, completing only 33% of his passes. So far tonight, he's looked pretty sharp, and his receivers have been able to get open. Trip set out to the wide side of the field on the far side. Redskins showing blitz. London throwing, and it's incomplete, intended for infield on the far side, and he tries to keep his feet in as he dives out of bounds at the 40, but it's incomplete. Corey Enfield almost had an athletic catch there, but couldn't come down with it.
Enfield, intended receiver, brings up 2nd and 10.
And a correction on that last tackle, it wasn't 54, it was actually 64, so Tate Skousen in on that tackle.
So we'll give him credit with that, for that one. So the Jackets send 3 receivers to the left. Hoffmeyer infield, and I missed the other one. Single receiver to the near side is McCullough. They throw it over to Hoffmeyer.
Hey.
He slips a tackle at the 40, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10-5 touchdown. 49-yard touchdown for Blue Ridge.
So that quick slant, they're really hitting that hard. It's a really fast pass.
Another flag on the field.
We get another penalty marker thrown as we see Hoffmeyer slip through the secondary, and he is off to the races.
And St. John's already had a sideline warning, so this one they're going to get a penalty on.
And we can hear Chuck Copeland talking to his
Sportsmanlike conduct, St. John's. The penalty be revoked on the kickoff.
So an unsportsmanlike conduct is called, and so the Jackets will set up in a. Thought they were going to set up in a swinging gate at first, but now they've
3
got
receivers out to the right.
Got the football set on the left hash here for this, and now another flag going to be thrown.
On Blue Ridge.
Prior to snap, false start, Blue Ridge.
I didn't even see him get set. I missed that one.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and watch that one. All right, well, see if the Jackets can put 2 on. They made it a little more difficult on themselves as it will be marked back 5 yards. So from the 9, they throw on a quick slant to Alchesay. It was in and out of his hands and incomplete. That was a perfectly thrown ball. Alchesay just does not able to hang on to it. And so with the Redskins up 20-12, there's 3:57 left to play in the first half. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Audio, guys.
Welcome back to St. John's High School. It's 20-12 with 3:57 remaining in the first half. St. John's on top. Time for the Northland Pioneer College kickoff, brought to you by Northland Pioneer College. Lowest tuition in the state of Arizona, Northland Pioneer College.
Number 1, Deion Perry. Number 21, Crosby. Number 33 by McCullough on the kick.
And McCullough's kick is going to be picked off by Perry. Stepped in front of the receiver, or the return man, and fields it and returns it out to the 30-yard line of the Redskins. Mateo Ulysses from France, the foreign exchange student for the Yellowjackets. Mateo Melisi.
Well done. I'll give it to you.
I don't know. I never took French, so I have no idea how to pronounce that, but we probably get Ron to tell us at some point here. Anyway, he makes the tackle.
Boy.
And another penalty.
Another false start.
This one going to go against the Redskins, and I think the biggest stat in the first half is going to be penalties. We've had 12 penalties. That's the 12th penalty on St. John's alone. 95 yards in penalties tonight, just on St. John's. For the Yellowjackets tonight, they've had 4 penalties. And I don't know what's the yardage on Blue Ridge. 50 yards with 3 of those are personal fouls. That's 4 penalties on the Yellowjackets for 50 yards. So 145 yards in penalties in the first half as Crosby carries straight ahead on second down. Excuse me, on first down. Sanchez from the gun on 2nd and 15. He drops to throw, looks left side, now right side, throws, it is caught. Zipped it out there that time to Case Udall. Close to a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down. It'll depend on the spot. And Sanchez throwing off the arm there as he hits that out route there.
Yeah, both quarterbacks really seem to be zinging the ball tonight. St. John's just hauling them in.
3rd down and 1. And the officials look like they're going to measure this one. Is that what they're talking about?
Something going on with the clock.
They want the clock to go up 5 seconds. Do they want it at 2:55, Ron? What are they asking for? Okay, they wanted it up 5 seconds. All right, so they're going to put 5 seconds back on the clock. That's 2 minutes and 54 seconds left here in the half. 3rd down and 1 for the Redskins at the 38-yard line, their own 38. And the Redskins will have Sanchez in the gun, single back flanking him to his left. He'll fake to him and keep it off the left side. Has the first down as infield submarines underneath him and upends him at the St. John's 42. Good enough for a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down for the Redskins.
1st and 10 Redskins. There was a cell phone turned into the announcer stand. You lost your cell phone.
Clock under 3 minutes to play now here in this first half with the Redskins up 20-12. Shotgun snap to Sanchez. Looks to the right, to the left, back to the right. Wobbly throw to the right side, but he has Ulibarri. It is caught At the 22, Ulibarri falls inside the 20. They'll mark him at the 20-yard line.
St. John's has got some great receivers, just a lot of focus, and Blue Ridge is not playing the greatest pass defense.
A chance to see Sanchez there, and
great positioning by the defense, but
they don't go. They didn't get up for the ball there.
He's got to get up for the ball. 41-yard gain.
First down and 10, a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down for the Redskins. They give to Vallejos, and the Jackets hit him in the backfield and drop him for a loss. Spiral Jack makes the stop. And they say that he got back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 2nd and 10.
I think did you just give him a nickname of Spiral? Or is it Cyril?
Oh, is it Cyril?
We'll go with Spiral. That's a great nickname.
I think Ron's telling us it's CJ. So.
CJ? We can go with CJ.
But I like Spiral Jack. Trip set to the left side of the formation. Single receiver to the right. And we get a timeout called. Yellowjackets, we take it with them. Minute 28 remaining in the half. St. John's 20, Blue Ridge 12. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Want to buy the #1 selling truck in America for over 41 years? Want to buy a vehicle with a lifetime engine warranty? Want to get the best deal in the state of Arizona on your new Ford car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Anyone can say they'll give you a great deal, but Guy Hatch at Sholo Ford means it. In fact, he guarantees it. Buy the best from the best. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce.
Minute 28 remaining in the half. St. John's 20, Blue Ridge 12. Live from St. John's High School. This is high school football presented by Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford reminding you that the best place to purchase your next car, truck, van, or SUV is Sholo Ford. When you buy a new Ford car, truck, van, or SUV, you get the guaranteed lowest price in the state of Arizona. Sanchez looking to throw, has a man, and it is incomplete inside the 10. That was Vallejos, who could not hang on to it. Esparza was there on the coverage for the Jackets. But Vallejos almost had himself another first down for the Redskins.
Looks like another timeout called.
St. John's talking it over. We'll keep it here. Talk about our upcoming week. We'll be at Snowflake High School next week as Paige comes to town. And some special festivities happening over there in Snowflake. They've got, they were awarded new uniforms. I believe it was from the U.S., well, it's definitely U.S. military. I'm not sure exactly how that came about or what happened there, but they got a grant for brand new uniforms. They'll be showcasing those on Friday night next week, and their annual tribute to fallen heroes.
Oh, are they going to make them like a snowflake blue camo?
Well, it's under wraps. They've shown some previews online, but from what I understand, they've got some surprises that they're going to debut.
Very nice. That's cool.
So I think they're going to make history next Friday night. So we invite you to tune into that. That'll be next week here on iTalk1067.com and iTalk 1067 FM. 3rd down and 10 after the timeout. Sanchez takes a deep drop, throws to the right side, and overthrows his receiver. Hit as he throws. And It was Ulibarri, the only St. John's receiver there, back in the corner of the end zone, and Sanchez a little slow to get up.
Yeah, no penalty on that hit, but Sanchez is limping a little bit. He's a little shook up.
I think it was Sanchez was hit by C.J. Jack, I think, there, and may have took the air out of him. So on 4th down, no field goal unit for the Redskins, so they'll gonna go for it. 4th and 10 from their 20.
And Blue Ridge has got to stay on top of those receivers. No one can get past them. Another timeout.
They want to
burn them up. It's less than 2 minutes left in the half.
Minute 18 remaining, and we finally get some air conditioning coming through the booth, so we're okay with another timeout here. Want to thank our crew here tonight. Special thanks to our students from Sholo High School tonight that are making the trip up here, and the entire crew. Jimmy Maxwell, one of our camera operators, Grace Chapman, Janessa Moore, Eric Scarlett, Jaden Kokenauer, Corbin Everingham, Michael Collins, Dylan Smith's our sound effects engineer, and back inside the trailer, bringing you the sights and sounds of the contest, our technical director tonight is Sweet Tea, and our graphics operator is Chris Bennett here tonight. We also want to thank our in-studio producer, Ashley Harley, and our executive producer, Mike Granillo, who decided to take the night off. 4th down and 10. Don't forget our halftime show. We'll be breaking down the first half with Mike Caldwell, who takes a look inside the numbers that tell the true story here at the half. Sanchez to throw on 4th down, throws up a jump ball, and it is going to go incomplete. Intended for Perry, and he was no chance of him catching it. Infield and one other defender rather for the Jackets was there, and they knock it down. Looked like they were trying to catch it. Fortunately for them, they don't catch it because they get the ball. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. Guess it would have been
same spot.
Same spot. So Sholo down 40-6 at half as they travel to Thatcher tonight. So they're got lots to talk about at intermission. Round Valley is losing 13-6 to Eloy tonight. And infield on the reception, picking up a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down for the Yellowjackets. That ball is thrown over the far side by London, and they'll mark him down at the 36. Clock stops with the first down as they move the chains. Now they wind it with 1:04 left to play in the half. Jackets trying to go with their hurry-up offense. Trip set right, single receiver to the left. In the gun, London locks snap count, penalty flag, and an offside.
Snap, encroachment, St. John's.
It's on the defense.
Redskins going to give up 5 yards. And so now with 100 yards and penalties tonight from St. John's.
Morgan's been doing this a long time. I really think he's going to make those adjustments at half. Those boys are going to be disciplined.
So 1st down and 5. London to throw, rolls to his right, throws near side towards infield. Infield makes an adjustment and makes the catch inside the 30. He'll be knocked down at the St. John's 28. Good for a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down. Take another look at it here as infield just came back for it.
Great adjustment.
And not a bad pass for London. He threw it right where his guy could get to it. And the receiver or defender not looking for it. That was Womack on the coverage. London again from the gun. In trouble. Gets out of the pressure. Vallejos had him, but he comes free and throws to Alchesay on the far side. And it is caught in the 15. A 12-yard pass, good for a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down.
Great job by London keeping his helmet on straight and getting out of that mess and connecting.
can see his composure and why we talked about him at the top of the broadcast. If he can have a good night throwing tonight, the Jackets have a chance. 33 seconds. And with the play going out of bounds, the clock is stopped with 33 seconds. Trips to the right, single receiver to the left. London takes the snap, throws right side, intended for Hoffmeyer, incomplete. Crosby was there on the coverage.
And there's a flag in the backfield against Blue Ridge. Must be holding.
We're going to check with Chuck Copeland here on the call.
Personal foul, face mask, number 5, red.
Oh, okay. He motioned towards Blue Ridge, but changed his mind. It's against St. John's.
So a first down. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, first and goal. Inside the 10 now. Ball at the 8-yard line. Is it at the 8 or the 7?
It looks 7.
We'll call it the 7. McCullough wide to the left with 29 seconds. Trip set to the right side of the formation. London with a first and goal from the 7. Looks to the right, throws to Hoffmeyer, hit at the 12 and knocked backwards. Crosby hits Hoffmeyer right as he catches it for the loss.
Crosby makes a great play, and just when they needed it. Had to stop that momentum.
Timeout called by St. John's. No, by Blue Ridge. I thought that was a little strange. Let's step away. It's 20-12, 22 seconds left before half. This is Shola Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center is a proud supporter of high school sports. Many of our local sports players were born at the hospital, where Summit Obstetrics offers comfortable individual rooms for mom and baby. In case of a sports injury, the hospital ER is always staffed and prepared to take on the most serious injuries, and Summit features an advanced diagnostics department with state-of-the-art equipment. The Summit Healthcare orthopedic and therapy teams can help sports players overcome injuries and return to the game. Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center wishes all players a successful and healthy season this year.
Welcome back to St. John's High School, 20-12. Redskins with 22 seconds left before intermission, but as we get set to head to the Sunrise Park Resort halftime show, the Yellowjackets have couple more opportunities here with a second and goal from the 10. London rolling to his left, throws to the corner of the end zone, and it's incomplete. Intended for Alchesay. Nielsen on the coverage. Alchesay, I think, was the intended receiver out there. And the ball incomplete. So a third and goal from the 10 with 16 seconds left. Got to think they're in 4-down territory here with plenty of time to get 2 plays off. No chance at a first down. As they had lost yardage, they were first and goal from the 7. They lost 3 yards on the pass to Hoffmeyer. So a third and goal from the 10. There's the snap, and looking to the slant, and it's good to McCullough. Touchdown, Yellowjackets.
And Womack on that coverage there.
Check this out, perfect route. Womack was a little soft on the coverage. McCullough on the post, and he's able to come up with the catch and the touchdown from 10 yards out. Now, if the Jackets can convert a 2-point conversion here, we get a tie ball game. They're down 20-18, and the untimed down, London in the gun. Trip set to the left, single receiver to the right. Throws to the right side, and it should be pass interference, but
I thought so too, but that was not called.
The official says incidental contact that time as Womack was on the coverage, and McCullough looked like he had his jersey. Looked like he was holding on to his jersey that time. But nonetheless, with 11 seconds left, the two-point conversion fails. We step away. This is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com. McCullough.
One more kickoff before the end of this half.
Tanner McCullough with the 10-yard touchdown for the Jackets, cutting the St. John's lead to 2. And the Northland Pioneer College kickoff is a line drive kick that goes through the upbacks, and it will bounce and picked up by Perry at the 25. He gets it across the 30 and out to the 40-yard line before he's spun down by McCullough. And so with 6 seconds left.
Now Blue Ridge is probably going to put their defense way back, just cover the field, not get beat.
Easier said than done.
Yeah, so far.
With this Redskin receivers, it's been not an easy night for the secondary of Blue Ridge. And Sanchez has been on the numbers all night tonight. Our Sunrise Park Resort halftime show's coming up here in moments. We get a trip set to the left, 2 receivers to the right, and an empty backfield for Sanchez on first down and 10 from his 39. He throws it across the middle, caught by Ulibarri. He's got some room to run as he couldn't quite get out of the tackle at the 35-yard line.
And the clock is gone.
And that's the end of the first half. So the Jackets able to get him. As we take a look here of the final play of the half, it's good for a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down, but with no time left, that's where the half will end. Great catch.
He had to work for that.
Goes up to extend for it, and then see who caught. Oh, that was the tackle was Ortega that time, making up for the missed tackle last time. He was the one that got burned for the touchdown, and he comes up with the tackle to save the touchdown here at the half. So 20-18, our halftime score. Our Sunrise Park Resort halftime show is coming up. Don't forget, should be some excellent skiing this winter up at Sunrise, as we are expecting. The Farmer's Almanac says that we get cold temperatures this winter, and should be plenty of snow. So as you start to plan your winter activities, be sure to check things out at Sunrise Park Resort, and make sure you get your ski passes early. Your season passes will be discounted here in the coming months as you take a look at sunriseskipark.com. That's sunriseskipark.com. Back with the Sunrise Park Resort halftime show when we return. This is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Need hats, shirts, or jackets embroidered with your logo? Get custom embroidered products from Little Bluebird Studios. That's right, the company that does the best job screen printing t-shirts and hoodies now offers embroidery. Little Bluebird Studios is a local company with skilled designers that care about your company's image and brand. Call Little Bluebird Studios today, 928-351-7942, or online at littlebluebird.org. Little Bluebird Studios, the company that cares.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Show Low and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, lit to smile, love your smile.
In today's challenging economy, having a college education is a must. Northland Pioneer College is here to help you prepare for your future. NPC is committed to providing you with the highest quality education with the lowest tuition cost in the state. We offer a variety of advanced learning classes to prepare you for a transfer or associate's degree, personal interest education, or earning your GED.
Contact an academic advisor for more information. Go online at npc.edu.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Well, welcome back to St. John's High School. This game presented by Show Low Ford. We welcome you back to the Sunrise Park Resort halftime show. Should be some excellent skiing this winter. Be sure to check out the discounts available for season passes at sunriseskipark.com. That's sunriseskipark.com. And we take a look at the first half as we break down the first half for you. It's the Redskins who got on the board first. Neither team able to score in their opening drives. St. John's forced to punt their ball away after I think they got maybe one first down in that first drive. And Blue Ridge has a 3-and-out. And then St. John's on their second drive on a short field from the Blue Ridge 45-yard line, able to cap off a drive with a 14-yard pass from Sanchez to Kyra and Ulibarri. The two-point conversion failed, and with 3:35 left to play in the first half, it was 6-0. Yellowjackets get the ball back, but unable to do anything with it. They give up another short field. This time it's the St. John's at the 35-yard line of Blue Ridge, and they get penalized. They drops them back 4 yards. They had actually, I think they gained a yard, then got dropped back 5 yards to the 39, and able to score with a touchdown pass from Sanchez to Nielsen. And the PAT was no good, and the score was 13-0. So St. John's looked like they were going to run away with things, but then Blue Ridge had something to say about it. On their third possession on their own 35-yard line, they take the drive downfield and cap off the drive with an 18-yard touchdown pass from London to infield. An unsuccessful point after try, and it's 13-6 with 23 seconds left in the first quarter. We move now to the second quarter. St. John's takes over on the ensuing possession from their own 39-yard line. They come up with a bunch of penalties that marks them back at their 9-yard line. It was first down and 33 yards. Actually, it was third down and 33 from their 9-yard when they were able to get a 91-yard pass from Sanchez to Graham Nielsen. The point after try is good, and with 9:16 left to play in the second, it's St. John's up 20-6. Blue Ridge answers, though, on the next possession from their own 34-yard line. They go 3-and-out on their next possession and score on the possession after that. A 49-yard touchdown pass from London to Dominic Hoffmeyer. The extra point failed, and it's 20-12 with 3:57 left to play before half. The Yellowjackets get on the board just before the half with 11 seconds left on the clock. They make it 20-18 with a 10-yard pass from London to McCullough. Again, their two-point conversion failed, or we would be tied here at intermission. But it's 20-18 is the final, or excuse me, not the final, is our halftime score.
We got another half, Camden.
Yeah.
It's not bedtime yet.
Well, we're trying to play that play. We'll see if we can pull that up here. Our crew is scrambling to find that touchdown. And we'll see if we can roll it here. Here it is. This is the final touchdown of the half. You see them lined up at the 10-yard line. Nope. We're just going to watch them lined up. I guess that's the replay. We'll try to get those for you when we come back. We're going to have a look inside the numbers with Mike Caldwell. Well, now I'm getting word that they definitely have it this time. Fifth time is the try. Nope.
There we go. Replay. Nope.
So we're going to step away. We'll be back with more of our Sunrise Park Resort halftime show when we return. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Want to buy the #1 selling truck in America for over 41 years? Want to buy a vehicle with a lifetime engine warranty? Want to get the best deal in the state of Arizona on your new Ford car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Anyone can say they'll give you a great deal, but Guy Hatch at Sholo Ford means it. In fact, he guarantees it. Buy the best from the best. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce.
Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center is a proud supporter of high school sports. Many of our local sports players were born at the hospital, where Summit Obstetrics offers comfortable individual rooms for mom and baby. In case of a sports injury, the hospital ER is always staffed and prepared to take on the most serious injuries, and Summit features an advanced diagnostics department with state-of-the-art equipment. The Summit Healthcare orthopedic and therapy teams can help sports players overcome injuries and return to the game. Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center wishes all players a successful and healthy season this year.
Need hats, shirts, or jackets embroidered with your logo? Get custom embroidered products from Little Bluebird Studios. That's right, the company that does the best job screen printing t-shirts and hoodies now offers embroidery. Little Bluebird Studios is a local company with skilled designers that care about your company's image and brand. Call Little Bluebird Studios today, 928-351-7942, or online at littlebluebird.org. Little Bluebird Studios, the company that cares.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Show Low and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
Welcome back.
I only have one.
As we get set to go to Mike Caldwell here in just a second. I think we have those replays up. at intermission here, it's our Sunrise Park Resort halftime show. It's 20-18, St. John's over the Redskins. This was the throw to Nielsen, the 91-yard touchdown to Graham Nielsen. You see the missed tackle there, and he slips, gets past another one at the 35, and he is unstoppable as he goes 91 yards. Jackets, this is the score by Hoffmeyer.
Squeezes right in between two defenders.
Great little pitch and catch there for the Yellowjackets. And then the final score of the half is the Jackets score from their 10-yard line on third down. Was that third and goal or fourth and goal? I can't remember now. See another great catch on that drive. That was Infield who made that catch. Let's go to our statistician, our spotter. I guess our statistician is Angie Caldwell tonight, but our spotter is Mike Caldwell. And how do we should mic Angie up?
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a great idea.
What are her thoughts on that, Mike?
She's starting to. Her thoughts are she's running.
She's
away.
running away. All right.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, go ahead. What does it look like by the numbers here at the half?
Well, by the numbers, it's been a passing. What's ironic is both these teams are historically a running attack for years and years, but they turned to an air attack for both of them, and I think that's by just the needs and what talent they have. But it's pretty even, as the score says, but it almost feels like St. John should be up further. But let's go over the stats. We got Ramon Sanchez is leading the way, and he's 9 for 16 for 232 yards and 3 TDs. And I think they should throw it to Graham Nielsen more because he's got 2 receptions, and both his receptions are TDs. He's got a 39-yard TD reception and a 91-yard TD reception that's got to be ranked up there in St. John's records. Kyron Eulaberry's also added 3 receptions for 81 yards and 1 TD. That was for 14 yards. St. John's has got a little bit more of a rushing attack, but really not much. We got Deion Perry for 3 carries for 32 yards, but one of those was a 30-yard carry. Crosby chipped in 5 carries for 13. So they've got a total of 45 yards, and then passing's 232. So their total yards for the half is 277. What's really, I think you said it earlier in the game, Camden, the leading story is the penalties, and the penalties for St. John's. 14 penalties for 115 yards. That's really, and maybe that's why it seems like St. John's should be a little bit ahead, and those penalties have really slowed down the Redskins. Blue Ridge is absolute. P.J. London is actually the same, 9 for 16, also as Ramon Sanchez is. He's got a little bit less yards, 175 yards, but he's got 3 TDs also. We've got Dominic Hoffmeyer, 4 receptions, 56 yards, 1 TD of 49 yards. Corey Infield, 4 receptions, 63 yards, and one of his TD was 18 yards. And then you got Tanner McCullen, 2 receptions for 20 yards, and he's got a TD of 10 yards. Blue Ridge has not been able to move the ball at all rushing. You got Chase Esparza, 6 carries, 5 yards, 1 carries for 3 yards. So Blue Ridge, who's traditionally, like I said, a rushing attack, 7 rushes for 8 yards, and they're being led by PJ and his receivers, 175 yards, and they got a total of 183. They've got 4 or 5 penalties, but they played a little bit of a cleaner game. Speaking of clean game, neither team has got a turnover, so we just need to look at the turnovers. The turnovers have not hurt either team because they both don't have any, and we just got the penalties is what's really holding St. John's back.
All right, thanks. Appreciate that, Mike, as we go downstairs and check in with our sideline reporter, Ron Everingham. Ron?
Yeah, thanks, Cameron. I had a chance to catch up with Coach Morgan. He said he didn't have much to say other than I could sense quite a bit of frustration. He said, this game's about seeing the kids play football, and it's not about the officials. And so, just a comment right there that he's a little bit upset about the amount of the penalties called, and he didn't want to say much to us. And so a little bit odd for Coach Morgan, but that's what he had for us.
All right, thanks, Ron. Appreciate that. And it is a little frustrating when you get to 115 yards and penalties in the first half. I can feel for him, actually. So not surprised that he's frustrated to the of the least. This is a game that I'm sure he feels they should have a 3-touchdown lead on right now, and they are not in that situation. They're just up by 2 points here at the break, and Blue Ridge is within striking distance. But the other part to this is that Blue Ridge is gaining confidence with each of their plays, especially on their passing plays. As we take a look at our second half adjustments with Steve Owens. Steve?
Hey, you know, like Mike said, both these teams are running teams historically. They're used to that smash mouth, running down the throat football, and they're not doing that. They can't do it tonight. They haven't been able to yet. I'm imagining that they'll probably make some line adjustments at half and be able to start running the ball. I think both teams have to get the running game going a little bit more because the adjustments to the pass is going to happen. Blue Ridge, ironically, they have 3 passing touchdowns. The adjustment I have for them, one of the adjustments I have, is that they need to catch the ball.
Yeah.
Because a lot of those short passes right in and out of the hands, not good. St. John's just stopped the penalties. They probably would be up by a couple more touchdowns.
Well, that's your Sunrise Park Resort halftime show. It's time now for our Northland Pioneer College kickoff, brought to you by Northland Pioneer College. The lowest tuition in the state of Arizona is at Northland Pioneer College. And the kickoff is a line drive kick that will go into the end zone, and the Yellowjackets will start with a 20-yard field. Or excuse me, an 80-yard field, I should say, with the ball spotted at the 20-yard line on the touchback.
You said 20-yard field. I thought we were doing arena football, but nope, that's not right either.
No, that's not right. We'll get our mics in the right spot here for a second. There we go. Jackets will have the football to start the half. Remember, they deferred to the second half. Down by 2, 20-18. First pass of the game, or the second half, is to Alchesay, and Crosby's there to break it up.
Now I think that's a few passes Alchesay's had go right through his hands. He's got to pull those in to help the Yellowjackets out.
Well, and to Alchesay's credit, those are some tough passes. I mean, there's some zip on those balls, but you're right. If it hits you in the hand, it's your responsibility as a receiver to make that catch. And
that was the rule when I was playing. If you can touch it, you can catch it.
That's right. London under center this time will hand it off to Esparza. Esparza with not much room to go, and Skousen's the first Redskin to get to him. Case Ujal there to pile on him as well. 3rd down and 7 after Esparza picks up 3. 3 tough yards for Esparza. Esparza came into this contest averaging over 125 yards per game. And he's been held in check in the first half. London throws as he gets hit, and it's infield on the near side. Good for a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down at the 25-yard line. They'll mark him back at the 24 as the clock stops as he steps out of bounds. So a fresh set of downs for the Yellowjackets, trailing 20-18 here. Opening paragraph of the 3rd quarter.
Got the Skousen brothers playing linebacker.
Trip set to the left side. Those were 2 of the key defenders that the St. John's coaching staff had talked to us about before the game. And Redskins show blitz, and they are able to hit the running back in the backfield. Case Udall, the first one there to get to him. So nowhere to go for Esparza there. And a loss on the play. They'll lose 5 yards back to the 33. Trip receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. In the gun, Esparza back behind P.J. London. And a long snap count. And we get St. John's in the neutral zone.
Prior to snap, encroachment, St. John's.
So we get a 5-yard penalty. Second down and 7 after the 5-yard penalty. London again in the shotgun formation with Tripp set in another penalty marker, this time against the Yellowjackets.
They're just trading off penalties. They got to play football. Stop trading yellow flags.
Has not been a good night for really either team penalty-wise. St. John's has been penalized 15 times now for 120 yards. Blue Ridge has been penalized 6 times for 55, or 5 times for 55 yards. London on 2nd and 12, throws left side, it is incomplete. Intended for Reese Esparza.
And again, right through the hands.
Just not easy. And 3rd down and 12 coming up. And so 9:45 left to play here in this 3rd quarter. 20-18 opening possession of the quarter. And the Yellowjackets facing a 3rd and 12 here. They got a 1st down. London in trouble, gets away from one, gets a good block to get away from one, and then trying to throw it out there to the left side. Crosby hangs onto his jersey and drags him down, and it's incomplete. Let's go downstairs and check in with Ron Everingham. Ron?
Yeah, Coach Morgan over here on the sidelines looks at me and says, where'd this kid come from? He said, I've watched all the film on these guys. I haven't seen him throw the ball near this much. This guy's got a gun. So he's as shocked as anybody.
Speaking about P.J. London, and you're right, he was only 12 attempts prior to the contest tonight. He was only 33% completion rate coming into tonight's contest. But we talked about how if he could get things going off passing-wise, he's going to have be a big factor in the game as the Jackets forced to punt here, and they give away a short field to St. John's as it'll bounce and be picked up at the St. John's 38. They'll mark it at the 30. Well, they will mark it at the 38. So that is where St. John's will have their first possession of the second half. They're up 20-18.
P.J. London does have a great arm. Those receivers have to make the adjustment.
Yeah.
I don't think he's experienced enough yet to be able to slow that pass down. He's going to get it to him.
1st down and 10, and they hand it to Vallejos. Vallejos with about a yard to the 40-yard line. Esparza and Hoffmeyer.
He just gets swarmed right at the end.
Snow him under. So Blue Ridge starting on their own 20-yard line, get 1 first down and are forced to punt. And the Redskins trying to get their personnel in the right place. Give to Crosby, and Crosby slips a tackle at midfield. He gets into Blue Ridge territory and is forced out of bounds at the 42. Ortega on the stop for the Yellowjackets. So we're going to see a nice hole open up here on the left side. Watch the blocking. And the Jackets bid on the misdirection. All of them went to that left side and left the that their left side of their defensive line, the right side of the St. John's line, and left the left side open to run through.
A little bit of a reverse.
Will hand it off to Udall. He tries to get around the edge, and infield's going to catch him in the backfield and drop him for a loss back of the 48. Corey Infield with a lot of foot speed there to try to get to Ulibarri there to Udall trying to sweep. So we see Infield here trying to get his defense fired up here. Infield's quite an athlete on the hardwood and on grass. He's shown himself to be a standout here at Blue Ridge High School. Second down and long, and Sanchez throws right side. It is caught by Ulibarri at the 37, slips a tackle and gets out across the 35, knocked down at the 31.
Boy, he dives out of the grip to get that first down.
Just does get it to the 30-yard line, so it'll be a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down as we see Sanchez fire that one in right there, makes the catch at the 40, makes a man miss, and then there at the 35, stretches for the first down out to the 30-yard line. Nice play.
Now, I don't know what defense was called, obviously, being up here, but that defensive back was 8 yards off the receiver.
Yeah.
That's never going to end good for the defense.
3 receivers out to the left, single receiver to the right side of the formation. And they're going to hand to Crosby. He gets around the left side as a penalty marker comes in at the point of attack. He's able to get across the 25-yard line.
He's quick, isn't he?
He is. Don't forget, we're looking for our Deemer's glass shattering hit of the game. Deemer's Glass in Lakeside, hands down the best place for quality glass at affordable prices. And we've had some big hits here tonight. We've had some big plays.
64 red, hold, 10-yard penalty, first down.
So that's a spot foul, and the holding took place at the 30, so they mark it back to the 40-yard line, where it brings up, well, it'll remain first down. It'll be first down and 20.
You get back there deep in penalties. You got to watch that number 11.
Yeah. Sanchez empties the backfield, and then we get a false start.
Prior to the snap, false start. St. John's.
Case Udall jumped on that one. He was having trouble getting to the right spot on the field in the first place.
I think Chuck's getting a little tired of calling penalties. He's gone from an animated call to all right, we're doing it again. So another penalty here. That's 10 more yards. No, that's 15 more yards in penalties for St. John's, which brings them up, if I'm doing my math correctly, up to 125 yards in penalties, 135 yards in penalties. First down and a zip code to go here for the Redskins as St. John's. Sanchez throws right side towards Udall, streaking down the right sideline, and he cannot get a catch up to it as he overthrows his intended receiver.
That shows you how much he trusts that receiver. He launched that thing, and his receiver almost got there. He outran the defense, just ran right by the defensive back. So he's got some athletes out there to work with. He can launch it, put it up for grabs if he has to.
Kyron Ulibarri's been pretty impressive tonight, the 6'2", 180-pound senior. As you mentioned, showing some juice up that far sideline. Second and 25. Yard to gain is the 20-yard line. They're at the Yellowjacket 45 on second down. Throwing to Nielsen, and Nielsen makes the catch at the 37. Ortega on the stop for Blue Ridge. And you look at Coach Morgan talking to Ortega, or to Nielsen right here, and I like those little short passes. It really softens up that defense, and I think that's where St. John's needs to concentrate a little more, is on those short passes.
They've got receivers that can make something happen on those anyway, so it's
exactly
a safe bet.
We got some big receivers that have given the Yellowjackets some trouble tonight. And let's have another penalty.
Oh, timeout.
No, timeout. No penalty. My bad. 5.5 left to play in the third, 20-18 St. John's. This is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
In today's challenging economy, having a college education is a must. Northland Pioneer College is here to help you prepare for your future. NPC is committed to providing you with the highest quality education with the lowest tuition cost in the state. We offer a variety of advanced learning classes to prepare you for a transfer or associate's degree, personal interest education, or earning your GED.
Contact an academic advisor for more information. Go online at npc.edu.
Well, we've been treated to some pretty good football with exception to penalties here tonight. This game has been kind of a slow, sloppy game, but it's close right now, 20-18. And the Redskins trying to convert here on 3rd and 17. Sanchez going to be pressured out of the pocket, throws to the right side, and it is caught by Perry. Perry at the 23-yard line, close to a first down. It'll be short. They're going to mark him at the 24, so a 4th down here. And that's all they needed to pick up on 3rd down. I mean, that's a great little pitch and catch there, Steve.
Yeah, and I thought he was close to the first down. He kind of got tackled back, but where his feet were at, I thought he had a couple more yards than that.
So score update down in Thatcher. Sholo's down 54-6 to the Thatcher Eagles as St. John's calls a timeout here. And boy, aren't you glad we didn't drive all the way to Thatcher to experience that? Sholo off to probably one of the worst starts that we've seen in recent years. They've got just a lot of talent and a lot of good players on that team, and they've got to figure things out. This first part of the season's been brutal for Cougar fans and for those Cougar players. They're gonna have a lot to improve on in the weeks to come, but expect Sholo to surprise some folks during the regular season, because if I know Coach Maxwell, he'll have those kids ready when they get into region play. So, but suffering a big deficit down there at Eastern Arizona College against the Eagles, 54-6. Round Valley's up 20-19 in their game over Eloy with 3 minutes to go in that contest. So they were trailing early in that one and now have the lead. Ulibarri on the drop here on 4th down. So the Redskins unable to convert on 4th, and they'll turn the ball over. Yellowjackets will have the football at the 24.
So we'll see if Blue Ridge can get a little momentum here now. They held them on 4th down. Got trips out to the near side of the field with London in gun.
Throw here to Alchesay, a dangerous pass. It's Enfield on the reception near side, and a dangerous pass as London floated that one up. I thought that was close to being a pick 6.
That's got to be a really fast pass. That took a little bit too long for him to develop it.
Fortunately for him, the defensive back was slow to react to it that time, as Womack came up on that play, and had he reacted a little sooner, that was a pick 6. Snowflake is tied at 14 with 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. They're at Florence tonight. That one turning into a good game. And Udall is going to get to London. London got out of it for a moment, but he's going to go down. It'll be credited as, well, he gets back to the line of scrimmage, so it won't be a sack. It'll be just a tackle that time. So great job by London to avoid the sack. But a 3rd down and 10 here. 20-18, St. John's with the lead. 3:45 remains in the third.
Blues are going to have to go back to their passing game. Those slants were working for them last half.
Yeah. We got an injured player on the field for St. John's. That's Udall. Looks like he's just cramping up. So, oh, no, excuse me. Case Udall, yes. So a 3rd and 10 and a penalty marker and a delay of game called against the Yellowjackets. Chuck Copeland's not even going to make the calls anymore. He's just going to signal now. Two receivers left, two to the right, and 3rd and 15 after the delay of game penalty puts the Yellowjackets back to their 15-yard line.
Send it long.
Throw right side to infield. It is caught at midfield, and he has been successful twice on that back shoulder pass. As infield able to come back for it, another Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down, and watch infield run the receiver upfield. That's Womack on the coverage, and then watch him stop here and come back for it right there. Nice,
great adjustment.
Nice job. And we've seen twice tonight that infield's been successful on that play. Throw it on a quick slant to Hoffmeyer. Hoffmeyer looked like he was not going to be able to hang on to that. Nielsen wrapped him up and threw him down.
That was a really quick grab, but sticky fingers got 5 yards out of it.
Nice job by Dominic Hoffmeyer. Trips right, single receiver to the left. Snap, shotgun snap, throw to Hoffmeyer this time, and Crosby was right there with him step for step, and London trying to dump it over that time. And I don't know if Hoffmeyer saw that pass coming or not. It's kind of at an odd angle. And so clock stopped with the incomplete pass with 2:09 left to play here in the third quarter. It's St. John's up 20-18 over the Yellowjackets, but the Jackets putting together a drive. Shotgun snap. And the ball knocked down.
Wow.
Skousen.
Great play by Skousen. Heads up, got his hands up. Great play.
Well, you can see why the St. John's coaching staff is hot on that kid right there. He's forces 4th down now, and the Jackets are going to have to punt this one away.
Because if the blocking was there. If that catch was made, that was a first down.
Yeah.
Or more.
St. John's in danger of another substitution penalty here as they get personnel off the field at the last moment. London, big booming kick. Bounces at the 10.
He's going to stop it. Get on it, boys.
Rolls inside the 5, and the Yellowjackets have pinned the St. John's Redskins inside the 5, picked up by McCullough at the 3-yard line, but a penalty marker thrown.
No way.
Big time kick that time for P.J. London.
Was he pointing to St. John's on that one?
Let's see if he's willing to tell us even anymore.
Personal foul targeting number 9 red, half the distance to the goal, first down.
Let's add insult to injury on this one. But glass half full, it's only half the distance, so it's only going to be a yard and a half.
A loss of a yard and a half.
So St. John's will start this drive at their 1.
Blue Ridge could put together a safety here and tie the game up.
So Blue Ridge put together a couple first downs in that drive. Looked like they were able to move the ball, but we mentioned Skousen. That was a big play by Skousen there to stop that drive.
Skousen that was a great play.
So from the St. John's 1, give to Crosby, and Crosby breaks a tackle and gets out to the 10.
Boy, he exploded out of there.
9-yard carry. Corey Enfield hangs on to save a touchdown. I thought he was going to go for 6. That would have been impressive. 99 yards. They'll be a yard shy of a first. It's 2nd and 1 from the 10. Sanchez in the gun. Low snap, picks it up, hands it off. Vallejo's trying to get around the right side this time, and the Yellowjackets are there to stop him at the 10-yard line, back to the line of scrimmage. McCullough in on the stop for the Yellowjackets. 3rd down and 1. We'll see if the Yellowjackets can come up with some defensive magic like the Redskins were able to come up with. Receiver here to the near side. Slot sets up on the left side as well. Fake the handoff. Sanchez has some room, gets to the 15 as he dances his way to a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down.
Made some good moves there. Hey, what do you call a box that plays football?
I don't know, what?
Jukebox.
Very nice.
My daughter says I tell old man jokes.
Yeah, well, I can't argue with her. Sanchez, look at the moves here. You mentioned it, Steve. He's a terrific little running back. Give him some open field, and he's a dangerous runner. Well, that's going to end the third quarter. Redskins up by 2, 20-18. We go to the 4th and final next. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
You've been there waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Well, we welcome you back to St. John's High School, where the Redskins have a 2-point lead over the Yellowjackets of Blue Ridge. 20-18. We start quarter number 4 with the Redskins giving the ball to Crosby on a 1st and 10 from their 15, and Crosby has about 3. Trujillo trips him up for the Jackets.
Man, I love watching these guys run. They're so quick. You got Crosby, you got Deion Perry. These guys are small and fast.
So Sanchez sets back up in the shotgun. And they go with an option to the right side. He fakes the pitch and gets out to the 25. That is close to a first down. We'll see if he's got it. McCullough makes the stop. They say yes. Good for a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down for the Redskins. St. John's starting to move the ball on the ground. You talked about getting the running game going, Steve, and they've answered the call. Snap and hand it right side to Crosby, and Crosby carries a tackler with him across the 30 out to the 32-yard line. Infield making the stop. But how about the running game of St. John's, Steve?
You know what? The line is doing their job. They're making blocks. Blue Ridge isn't able to adjust fast enough, and their running backs are fast. They're hitting the holes fast. You gotta be there. On defense, you gotta be right on the money with how quick these guys are.
Yellowjackets a little undersized, surprisingly, coming into this contest. It looks like St. John's has some bigger athletes out there, especially as you start looking at the secondary. The Jackets have been kind of outmatched size-wise with the Redskins. The Redskins receivers are all taller than the Yellowjackets secondary, and we've seen some pretty good running plays here as the Redskins able to get a yard on that carry out to the 34, so it'll be a yard shy. 3rd and 1 coming up.
And I don't know what the size difference is in these schools, right? St. John's is still 2A, and Blue Ridge is 3A. I don't know student count-wise what they're looking at.
It's got to be fairly significant, I would think, but I could be wrong. 3rd and 1, and they go quarterback keeper. Sanchez trying to plow his way forward. I think the Jackets may have stopped him.
Ooh, they marked it.
Well, he's going to get a good spot out across the 35 to the 36, and it's good for a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down. The Redskins really doing two things successfully here: burning clock and moving the football on the ground, which was something that they struggled with in the first half. And now they're starting to get that running game going as we see the defensive backs creeping up for the Jackets. Crosby hit after a gain of 1. Infield on the stop. Actually, he falls forward and they give him 3, so it'll be 2nd and 7. But expect St. John's to go to the air here soon as we start to see the defensive backs for Blue Ridge starting to key on the run. And I think that's part of the problem of both teams defensively in the first half, really keying on the run, and they did a great job of shutting it down so that both teams go to the air.
Another option.
And we've pretty much had a shootout here. Sanchez able to carry around the right side this time as he keeps it on the option and has about 4 or 5 yards to the 44. So another 3rd and short. It'll be 3rd and 2 now. Yard to gain is the 46. Clock approaching the 8-minute mark of the 4th quarter. It's St. John's 20, Blue Ridge 18. And another key 3rd down. And we get a offsides called against Blue Ridge.
Yeah, I think 57 pretty much started in the backfield. He was well offsides on that one.
Prior to the snap, encroachment, Blue Ridge. First down.
So we got some student population statistics for you. 264 for St. John's and 772 for Blue Ridge. So more than double the amount of students at Blue Ridge High School than it is at St. John's High School. But
prior to snap, false start 56, red.
And the newspaper is going to report the penalties as the headline in this game, I'm afraid, as St. John's has been penalized now for more times than our statistician can keep track of. 19 times tonight, 140 yards. 1st and 15, option right. Sanchez keeps, lowers his shoulder and fights his way across the 45 out to the 47. David Miller makes the tackle along with Dominic Hoffmeyer.
Boy, hopefully the Redskins don't have to do like 4 squares or sprints next week for each penalty they got.
Yeah.
Be a long practice.
No kidding.
They'd be in good shape afterwards.
Absolutely. 2nd down and 12, call it 2nd and 11 from the 47-yard line. Their own 47. Sanchez in the gun, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Low snap, he loses the handle, and he throws it to try to get rid of it, and it's up for grabs. It'll be incomplete.
Wow.
And there was 2 players there, Ortega and P.J. London, both had a shot at it. It looked like they took it away from each other.
Had a free shot at it. They got to call that out.
That was a low snap, but it looked like Sanchez just took his eyes off of it. He threw it off his back foot, and it just turned into a wobbly duck up there.
They got to call that out.
London and Ortega playing defense on each other. Otherwise, that's a interception. And one that they could have desperately used right there. 3rd down and 12. Another low snap. This time Sanchez able to handle it. They set up a screen to the left side. And Crosby carries across the 45-yard line and knocked down shy of a 1st down. He'll be a yard shy at the 43. Call it the 42. Yard to gain is the 41. Great looking shot there.
Great timing on calling that screen play.
Tanner Crosby, a 5'8", 140-pound junior, setting up a 4th down and 1 for the Redskins at the 42-yard line. And Sanchez in the gun, set a man in motion and then keep it off the right side. He lowers his shoulder at the 41 and bulls his way across the 40-yard line. Sanchez, a bit of a bullish runner, wouldn't you say?
He is not afraid to lower his shoulder.
Absolutely not afraid of contact. And this kid was good last year. This year he's going to be phenomenal. So we get him, shot of him picking up the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass 1st down there. Fresh set of downs and 5.5 left on the game clock. Give to Crosby, 2 or 3 yards. Jacket defense has been soft on the run in the 2nd half. St. John's unable to put together a drive on the ground in the 1st half. They've gotten all of their scoring in the air. But this 2nd half has been completely different. They've opened up a running game that has given them the football for the large majority of this 4th quarter and has helped them to soften up the Yellowjacket defense tremendously. 2nd down and 8. Man in motion is Perry, and Perry gets away from a tackle at the 30-yard line. Knocked down close to another 1st down. He'll be about a yard shy. Looks like they're going to nose the football will be just shy of the 30, so it's going to be 3rd and 1 coming up here for St. John's as the clock approaches the 4-minute mark of this contest. Don't forget St. John's is up by 2. They don't have to score. All they got to do is burn the clock out. Under center now, Sanchez. First man through right side. Crosby, 1st down.
Wow.
And that's what you do, north-south running right there. As he goes straight ahead for a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass 1st down. Picking up 5 yards at the 25-yard line of Blue Ridge.
Boy, 1st half was Graham Nilsson. This half is Crosby working just for these real quick 1st downs over and over.
It's been a fantastic second half for St. John's in the running game. Under 4 to play now, 3 minutes 37 seconds left in the contest. Clock continuing to roll here, and a fresh set of downs for St. John's. Give to Crosby, bangs his way across the 25, wrapped up by McCullough, knocked down at the 24. And for St. John's, this has been an impressive drive. This has been more impressive, I feel, than their 3 touchdowns in the air.
Oh, when you got to kill the clock, they're doing a great job of it.
So we approach the 3-minute mark of the contest. They go student body right this time. As Sanchez has a couple of blockers out in front of him and bulls his way across the 20. Knocked down at the 17.
Giving some healthy spots on the ball.
So it'll be 3rd and 1 again. They've had 3 3rd and 1s on this drive. To give you an indication of just how impressive this drive has been. Whereas in the first half, it was 3rd and short almost every time. This half, it's been, 3rd and long. Oh, and a great surge this time as McCullough able to get to the running back that time.
A little bit shaken up, is he?
Oh,
nope.
That was Vizera on the tackle, it looked like, for Blue Ridge. Crosby and Becerra with a really tough collision. I'm going to call that one right now. That's our Deemer's glass shattering hit of the game, brought to you by Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Hands down, the best place to buy quality glass at affordable prices. Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. And for Blue Ridge, Isaac Becerra, the 6 foot, 170-pound senior. Little slow to get up after that tackle. Timeout on the field as Blue Ridge having to preserve clock now with 2:14 left to play. It's 20-18, and all St. John's has to do is pick up a couple more first downs, and this game is over. As they have the football in Blue Ridge territory at the 17. And I'll tell you, it's been all St. John's this quarter, and all done by their running game.
Hey, after starting, wasn't it on the 1-yard line at the end of the 3rd quarter?
When was that?
That was a long time ago, but that's where they're at.
That's where this drive started, right?
They've taken the entire quarter.
That was at the 3rd. That's right. This is the 4th. No scoring in the 3rd quarter. You're absolutely right. This is a 99, well, could be a 99-yard drive here. And movement on 4th and 1.
That gave him the first down.
By the snap, encroachment, Blue Ridge. First down.
So Blue Ridge penalized to give up the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down. And we see McCullough there being consoled by his teammate, trying to keep him in the ball game. That's infield, doing a great job showing some leadership there to keep his head in the game. So a fresh set of downs. Give it to Crosby. He's met at the line of scrimmage, falls forward to the 10-yard line. David Hernandez on the stop for the Yellowjackets. A gain of 1. Be 2nd down and 9. And it has been a fantastic second half here for St. John's.
Yeah, I don't know where or what time it was in the 3rd quarter that St. John's started this drive, but
I think I don't have it.
3-4 minutes left.
Yeah. This has been probably the most impressive drive of the season, as Crosby carries off tackle left side this time and has about 2 yards to the 8. Hoffmeyer on the tackle for Blue Ridge.
Another timeout called by Blue Ridge.
Jackets call the timeout. We'll take it with them. 1:26 left in the contest. They trail by 2. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Want to buy the #1 selling truck in America for over 41 years? Want to buy a vehicle with a lifetime engine warranty? Want to get the best deal in the state of Arizona on your new Ford car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Anyone can say they'll give you a great deal, but Guy Hatch at Sholo Ford means it. In fact, he guarantees it. Buy the best from the best. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce.
(20-18), and the Redskins threatening here with 1:26 left to play. The clock stopped with the Blue Ridge timeout. They have 1 left. And they'll hand it off to Crosby. Crosby bangs his way to the 6-yard line. Hernandez and infield on the stop for Blue Ridge.
Now it's 4th down. St. John's, they can't kick a field goal. That'd only put them up by 5.
Yeah, no reason to kick a field goal here, right? Well, I guess you kick a field goal and to get rid of the option of a
field goal for a win.
So yeah, it's not a bad play. Kick a field goal.
They're going for it.
They're going to go for it on 4th down and 4. Football at the 6-yard line, and they throw it to the end zone. Wide open, touchdown.
Wide open.
And that is a dagger.
40 seconds left, and Uleberry catches a nice slant pass behind everybody.
Kyron Uleberry gets behind the defense. The 6'2", 180-pound senior coming up with the catch for the touchdown and giving the Redskins an 8-point lead. Make it a 9-point lead pending the extra point. The kick is up, and it's good, and that's tricky on the point after try, and it's 27-18. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center is a proud supporter of high school sports. Many of our local sports players were born at the hospital, where Summit Obstetrics offers comfortable individual rooms for mom and baby. In case of a sports injury, the hospital ER is always staffed and prepared to take on the most serious injuries, and Summit features an advanced diagnostics department with state-of-the-art equipment. The Summit Healthcare orthopedic and therapy teams can help sports players overcome injuries and return to the game. Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center wishes all players a successful and healthy season this year.
Yeah.
27-18, St. John's has taken control of the game in the second half as they got this football late in the third quarter and have taken the longest drive of the season so far as they ran, I don't know, we don't have a number on the plays on that drive, but they took it 99 yards and scored it, capped it off with a touchdown throw in the back of the end zone to Kyron Uleberry. The point after try was good, and so with 40 seconds left, they go up 27-18. The Northland Pioneer College kickoff is returned by the Yellowjackets up to the 30, call it the 34. And with 34 seconds left, the Yellowjackets are looking for answers, needing 2 scores here in the contest with only 1 timeout remaining. London taking the shotgun snap and throws as he's hit. It's a jump ball, and it's almost picked off.
Almost picked off, almost pass interference. St. John's got to be careful when they're defending that. They know that's going to be the play. They don't want to cause a penalty downfield like that.
Watch P.J. London here as the St. John's defensive front gets to him right as he throws. And then the jump ball situation right there was in and out of the hands of Tanner Crosby. Second down and 10 with 26 seconds left now. Ball at the Yellow Jacket 33-yard line. Quick throw here to near side to infield. Fakes like he's going to go to the inside, then brings it up the near sideline. Had a man to beat. Can't get around him at the 48-yard line, but it's good for a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down. That was Kyron Ulibarri who comes up defensively and makes the stop. And they stop the clock. Oh, they say he did get out of bounds. So thought maybe he stayed inbounds, but he does. So he stops the clock with 17 seconds. Trip set to the right side. Shotgun snap to London. London in trouble, steps up and gets away from the rush. Throws, makes the catch for a first down at the 30 to the 20-yard line, and Hoffmeyer steps out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Good for another Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down. So the Yellow Jackets still in it with 5 seconds, but this is likely going to be the final play of the game. And they are down by 2 scores here. But another great play. The catch made there at the 30 by Hoffmeyer. Gets down the sideline and wisely steps out of bounds to stop the clock. But only 5 seconds left. And Blue Ridge will try to get one crack at the end zone here. But there's just not going to be enough time to get an onside kick and any other play going. And London throwing in the air, almost picked off by Graham Nielsen. And that's your ball game. Well, it wasn't pretty in the beginning, but I'll tell you, the second half was a thing of beauty for the St. John's Redskins as they upset the Yellow Jackets 27-18. Our final here tonight. We'll be back to recap it for you, plus a look inside the numbers and also our Beeler Orthodontics straight line play of the game and our Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store player of the game, plus an interview with hopefully Coach Morgan and a couple of his players coming up next in our post-game comments. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Need hats, shirts, or jackets embroidered with your logo? Get custom embroidered products from Little Bluebird Studios. That's right, the company that does the best job screen printing t-shirts and hoodies now offers embroidery. Little Bluebird Studios is a local company with skilled designers that care about your company's image and brand. Call Little Bluebird Studios today, 928-351-7942, or online at littlebluebird.org. Little Bluebird Studios, the company that cares.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Show Low and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
In today's challenging economy, having a college education is a must. Northland Pioneer College is here to help you prepare for your future. NPC is committed to providing you with the highest quality education with the lowest tuition cost in the state. We offer a variety of advanced learning classes to prepare you for a transfer or associate's degree, personal interest education, or earning your GED.
Contact an academic advisor for more information. Go online at npc.edu.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Well, it's a final 27 to 18. The Redskins over the Yellowjackets here tonight from St. John's High School. Earlier tonight, it was 54 to 6. Sholo trailing Thatcher at Eastern Arizona College. The final was 60 to 6. There against the Thatcher Eagles. Sholo falls tonight. It was late in the game when Round Valley was up 19-18 over Eloy Santa Cruz, and they come away with the victory there tonight. And we've got we had one other score for you. Snowflake was tied in their game at Florence 14-all, and we'll see if we can get an update for you on that one as we take a look at the recap here. In the first half, it was a shootout as both teams were unable to move the ball on the ground, so they went to the air. Blue Ridge unsuccessful in their opening drive. St. John's was turned away in their opening drive. St. John's actually had the ball first. Blue Ridge goes 3 and out on their opening drive, punts it, and gives up a short field to St. John's. They take over at the Blue Ridge 45, score it with 3:35 left to play in the first quarter. And it was a 14-yard pass from Sanchez to Kyron Ulibarri. The 2-point conversion failed, and it's 6-0 at that point in the contest. St. John's starts to look like they're going to run away with the game as they get another score quickly in that first half with 1:14 left on the clock in the first quarter. St. John scores again, this time a 39-yard touchdown pass from Sanchez to Nielsen. And then as we move ahead, Blue Ridge able to come back in less than a minute and is able to score at the end of the first quarter. And I'm not sure what that replay was there, but Blue Ridge able to get their first points on the game with an 18-yard touchdown pass from London to infield. That drive starting on their own 35-yard line with 23 seconds left in the first quarter. It's 13 to 6 in favor of St. John's. Blue Ridge never led in the game as St. John's was able to put up another score with 9:16 remaining before halftime. This time in the second quarter, a 91-yard touchdown pass after Blue Ridge had them pinned back in their own territory. It was 3rd down and 33 from the St. John's 9-yard line, and they go 91 yards on a pass to Graham Nielsen. The PAT's good, and with 9:16 remaining before half, it's 20 to 6. Blue Ridge on their own 34-yard line go 3 and out in the ensuing possession, but able to get it back after they turn away St. John's to get a score with 3:57 remaining before halftime on a 49-yard pass from London to Dominic Hoffmeyer. The extra point failed, and it was 20 to 12. And then with the final seconds of the half, there's only 11 seconds remaining. Blue Ridge able to come up with their final score of the game, a 10-yard pass from London to McCullough. The 2-point failed, and it was 20 to 18 as we take a look at the replay here on the broadcast. A great little quick slant there by McCullough, and he's able to come up with the touchdown, and it's 20 to 18 with 11 seconds left before intermission. We move on to the second half, and it was all St. John's in the second half. Blue Ridge on their own 20 had the opening possession. They came up with a couple of first downs, forced to punt it near midfield. They St. John's takes over on downs, I should say, on a short field. And let's actually, we'll pause this for a moment. We'll go downstairs and check in with Ron Everingham. Ron?
Yeah, down here on the field with Kyron Ulibarri. Last time we talked, you were just coming out of a car accident, and we were talking about
this exact game.
Yeah, and so coming back strong this week, making a huge difference. What was the difference in the game? The third quarter there, that drive that you guys had, or in the fourth quarter, that drive that you guys had was amazing.
Yeah, our line just pulled through, and we stuck together as a team and kept working. And we worked hard in practice all week to come for this game.
So tell me a little bit about your plan coming in. It certainly probably wasn't the penalties that you had. What was going on with some of the penalties that you guys encountered tonight?
We just weren't getting ready for play. We were just slacking, I guess. We were tired, and then finally came through, I guess.
So your offense is high-powered with Sanchez throwing to you as a target, and looking into what are some things you guys got to work on this week and looking into the future of this season. Now you're 3-0. What are some things you guys got to work on this week?
Definitely our conditioning and running our routes hard so we can get open. That's definitely the biggest thing.
Okay. Congratulations. We'll be back with some more players. Yep.
All right, thanks, Ron. Appreciate that. Appreciate Kyron taking some time with us. And we go back to our recap. As we mentioned, the third quarter and the fourth quarter owned by St. John's. Blue Ridge gives up the football after their opening possession of the third. And St. John's turns it over on downs on their first possession. But then Blue Ridge, starting their drive on their own 24, puts together a couple of first downs and then is forced to punt. St. John's, they down it on the St. John's 3, and a penalty marks it back at the 1. So from the 1-yard line, late in the third quarter, St. John's takes over, and they take it 99 yards, cap it off with a Kyron Ulibarri touchdown from Sanchez in the air to finish the game. It's the final 27-18. Let's go downstairs again to Ron Everingham. Ron?
Down here with quarterback Ramon Sanchez, a junior. Great game tonight. Well, I want to say I'm sure you're frustrated with the penalties. This is your team. You lead it. What were some of the errors that you're seeing out there?
Mostly offsides, holding. What else? We need to work on getting inside, and so they don't get into us and stuff.
Halftime, you went in. It was 18-20. It was just a 2-point game. What are some things you talked about halftime, and how well do you think that you came out second half to implement what you talked about?
No, and like in the locker room, we pretty much went down their throats and stuff. So we just wanted to keep the ball to ourselves so they wouldn't get the ball and so do the same thing to us.
Well, it was an impressive drive when you had it down there on the almost the half-yard line, and you took the whole quarter to drive down and take out the clock there at the end. And it was a nice pass in the end zone there. So great game for you tonight. What do you think you needed to get better at this week? Moving on this season, you're 3-0 right now. What are some things you guys got to improve upon?
Blocking, passing, different plays, work on that. Every day makes you better,
Awesome. Congratulations. Good win for you guys. Back up to you guys.
All right. Appreciate that from Sanchez tonight. Just a terrific performance for him. And as we turn the time over to Steve Owens for our Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store Player of the Game, brought to you by the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store. Best place to pick up your hunting, hiking, camping, and fishing gear is the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store, south of Pine Top on Highway 260, right-hand side of the road just before you get to the Honda Resort and Casino. And tell you what, they've got some great stuff out there. Take a look. And tonight, just a ton of players you could talk about for this award.
Oh, man. You got Ulibarri, you've got Graham Nielsen, you got Ramon Sanchez. But they had the ball with like 3 minutes or so left in the third quarter on the half-yard line. And they took the entire fourth quarter to drive down. And in my opinion, you could pick the whole offensive line as player of the game. But I'll tell you what, Ramon Sanchez, with his play tonight, he kept his head on straight, kept playing hard. He was disciplined. You watch this play, stays in the pocket, doesn't get scrambled, has great receivers to bring the ball down, shakes off a couple tackles for the touchdown. But when you're stuck in the end zone throwing the ball, that's an awful lot of pressure for a young man. He's a junior. He's got a lot of progress to make still. But he's doing great this year, obviously. He's shown it the last 2 weeks with some blowouts. And this week against a bigger school that is, I think the rivalry might still be in Coach Morgan's in his book.
Oh, I don't
even
think
though Coach Morrow's not
question.
here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question that this is a rivalry matchup.
It's definitely a rivalry matchup. And but I think Ramon Sanchez, he had I believe it was 294 yards of passing, 4 touchdown passes. Great game by him. Obviously, he could not do that without his receivers. He could not do that without his line, but he delivered.
Yep, our hats off to Ramon Sanchez, the junior quarterback for the Redskins tonight. With 4 touchdown passes, our Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store Player of the Game, brought to you by the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store, south of Pine Top on Highway 260, right-hand side of the road, just before you get to the Honda Resort and Casino. Go see them for the best selection of hiking, hunting, camping, and fishing gear. You'll find it out at the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store. And I'll make one more comment about that. St. John's needed a win tonight to protect themselves from what's going to happen next week, because I guarantee you with the 19-plus penalties they had tonight, there's going to be some unpleasant conversations that happen between now and Tuesday. And you show up for practice on Monday, you want to make sure you at least came away with the victory to have something to go for after those penalties. They got a lot to work on execution-wise, but certainly a good thing they were able to come away with the win if you're a St. John's football player.
And I understand Coach Morgan at half, he said he wanted to, didn't want so many penalties. He wanted the boys to play football and didn't want to have to play against the refs. But at the same time, the refs have
Morgan's
to
on
throw
his
the
way
flag
if
if
you want
there's
him.
an
You want him
issue,
still?
because the boys have to get that discipline down.
Exactly.
In state championship games, in state playoff games, they're going to have a lot more refs on the field, 5-6 refs. They're going to see it.
Well, let's go downstairs and check in again with Ron Everingham. Ron?
Down here with Coach Morgan. Congratulations on a great win. He says he was out of hand. No, you were not even close to being out of hand. You coached a great game, and the penalties were something in this game. But what was the difference in this game? You guys come and just pounded it in that quarter from the half-yard line, owning that whole quarter. I don't know if that was it or what was the difference in this game, because it was only 18-20 at half.
Right. Well, we had a 20-6 lead, and they came out and did some things that we were not ready for. See a quarterback throw the ball the way he did, London kid. And his receivers were intact and good. I mean, we just hadn't seen that on any film. We weren't ready for it. It was a shock. But last year he kind of did the same thing. We hadn't seen a running game, and they ran the ball right down our throat the whole second half, and we weren't ready for it, and they ended up beating us. But, you play them early like this, and this kid looks like he threw all summer. And he looks like he threw it to his receivers all summer. They were good, but we hadn't seen any of that, and that was the difference. We kind of let up, and they let them back in the game right there before the end of the first half, made it 20-18. But we made a few adjustments inside, kind of widened out our field a little bit with our defense where we could get better angles, trying to put some heat on the quarterback. And that worked a little bit. We got a good sack one time. And then their kids dropped one, and then I think we made a couple tip passes, knocked the ball out of there. Hey, we were lucky in a lot of ways. It was a good game. 27-18. I mean, it could have very well ended up tied. 20-20, 24-all, whatever at the end of the game, but and had to go to overtime, and we were worried about that. But luckily, our defense played extremely well second half, and then our offensive line did what they're capable of. We had worked on that all year, all summer, all spring, spring ball. And our line took over. It ended up winning the game for us.
Yeah, your throat is sore. Yeah, too much yelling. Well, what are some things you guys are going to work on this week? Some things looking forward. You're 3-0, but, moving forward, you got a tough schedule ahead of you. So what are some things you're going to work on?
Well, definitely our pass defense. We're going to work on our offensive line execution, the jumping off sides, both sides of the ball. A lot of penalties tonight. I think somebody said we had 15 penalties. That's as many as we've ever had here in my 30 years here, It was a penalty-ridden game, but, we're getting ready to get on the field with Brown Valley, Thatcher, Morenci, some great teams, Pima, Benson. I mean, we've got some tough games ahead of us. And, next week we got Globe. I know Globe's kind of in a rebuilding, situation right now with Coach Morales down there. But, hey, they won big last week. All they need is a little confidence because I think they got 550 kids in our school. They're quite a bit bigger than us. And then Pinion, but, and then we get a week of bye in there that maybe we can heal up. We got a few kids, that didn't play tonight that are banged up from tackling and stuff. So maybe that time will help us get ready. But, hey, it's going to get tough real quick.
All right, Coach, good luck for the rest of the season, and we'll hope to see you. And good win. Back up to you, Camden.
All right, thanks a lot, Ron, and we thank head coach Morgan as he was gracious enough to spend some time with us. Mike Morgan, the head coach of the St. John's Redskins, victorious tonight 27-18 as we move now to our Beeler Orthodontics straight line play of the game, brought to you by Beeler Orthodontics. Live to smile, love your smile, Beeler Orthodontics. And who do you have for a player of the game tonight, Steve?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. We've already talked about this play, 15, 20 times. But Graham Nelson, his play, they were in a bad spot when he caught that 91-yard touchdown pass. Just a solid play by the quarterback, by the line. But for him to pull that in, shake off a couple of defenders, lift those knees up and not get tackled, it would have been a great play anyways, but he turned into a 91-yard touchdown, and that gave an awful lot of momentum to him. Like Coach Morgan said, they probably let up a little bit and let Blue Ridge get back in the game, but that gave him a lot of momentum, a lot of confidence.
Well, that at a critical moment because as you mentioned, Blue Ridge had created some momentum with some penalties and had them pinned back on their 9-yard line. It was 3rd and 33 from the 9 when they got that pass. So that's our Beeler Orthodontic straight line play of the game. Sanchez on the pass, the reception made by Graham Nielsen for a 91-yard touchdown reception. And that's our Beeler Orthodontics play of the game. Live to smile, love your smile, Beeler Orthodontics. We want to thank our entire crew here tonight, our sponsors of this contest tonight. The Ace Hardware in Pine Top. We'll go back and we mentioned our Deemer's glass shattering hit of the game earlier, but we'll go back to it here in just a second. As we'll take a look at it right now. I'm told by my producer. So the glass shattering hit of the game was right there. We missed it. Let's see if we can roll that back and see if we can get that. I can't quite see the collision, but you can see the two players involved in that collision. Coming up a little bit slow there.
Crosby hits the hole fast and is just stopped.
There's just nowhere to go there. That's our Deemer's glass shattering hit of the game. Hands down the best place to call when you want quality glass at affordable prices. Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Call 1-888-GLASSMAN. That's 1-888-GLASSMAN. Special thanks to all of our sponsors here tonight. Ace Hardware in Pine Top, Sholo, and Heber Overguard. Sunrise Park Resort. Northland Pioneer College, Summit Regional Medical Center, Beeler Orthodontics, Little Bluebird Studios, Deemer's Glass in Lakeside, the Indian Pine Restaurant out at the Honda Resort and Casino, Octopus Car Wash, Subway, and Mountain Mobile Auto Glass. And as always, our big thank you out to our title sponsor again this season. It is Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce. If you're looking for the best deal on your next car, truck, van, or SUV in the state of Arizona, guaranteed the lowest price on any Ford car, truck, van, or SUV in the state of Arizona. Go to Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce. Talk to Guy Hatch. Tell him that we sent you from the radio broadcast. Tell him how much you appreciate these broadcasts on the air because he's the guy that makes these things possible. It's his sponsorship and these other sponsors that allow us to be able to do these games. Our production crew tonight, Jimmy Maxwell, Grace Chapman, Janessa Moore, Eric Scarlett, Jaden Kokenauer, Corbin Everingham, Michael Collins, Dylan Smith on sound effects. Sweet T is our technical director. Chris Bennett, our graphics and engineer. Steve Owens, our color commentator. And back in the studio, Ashley Harley on the radio side. We say thank you to the entire crew and invite you back next week where we'll be at Snowflake as the Lobos take on Page. The Sand Devils of Page make the trip down to Lobo territory. The game scheduled for a 7 o'clock kickoff will be on the air at 6:45 next week. We invite you back then. Once again, the final 27-18. The Yellowjackets fall to the St. John's Redskins. They fall to 1-2 on the season. The Redskins improved to 3-0. And until next week, for Steve Owens, I'm Camden Smith. We say so long, everybody.
You've been there waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so we can.
Thank you, Ashley.
This has been an iTalk 106.7 Sports exclusive, presented by Sholo Ford. High school football is also brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Little Bluebird Studios, Sunrise Park Resort, Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store, Deemer's Glass, Beeler Orthodontics, Summit Regional Medical Center, Octopus Car Wash, and Mountain Mobile Auto Glass. This is a copyrighted broadcast. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or reuse of this program without the express written consent of iTalk 106.7 and Country Mountain Airwaves is expressly prohibited. For more information about this game and others around the region, go to italk1067.com.